Welcome, Grab Shiny Podcast. My name is John.
Zach.
We got a lot to shit. A lot. We got a lot to shit. We do. We have a lot to shit out to this podcast. So much shit has fucking happened. Just like there was so much news before the Game Awards happened, and now we gotta talk about the whole fucking Game Awards. Like I had a whole page and a half written about the podcast, and we're gonna fucking talk about it all still, and we're gonna talk about this other shit. So let me go through. We're gonna talk about Final Fantasy 15. Obviously, it came out. We're gonna talk about it. Marvel vs. Capcom 4 been rumored to be announced fucking tomorrow. Are you hyped, Zach?
Yeah.
You
know, I don't like infinites in fighting games too
much. Okay, we'll talk about it. Resident Evil 7. Got a lot of interesting. Got an interesting new trailer that lasted 8 minutes. We're going to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Avalanche from Final Fantasy VII. Legitimate movement, terrorist organization. Last Guardians releasing December 8th. Next week, finally after a decade or so, it's finally coming out. We're going to talk about it. Skylanders 2017 got canceled. Is the Toys to Life industry dead? We're going to talk about it. PlayStation 4 Pro it seems like it's kind of a piece of shit. Final Fantasy 15 in particular is running worse on the PlayStation 4 Pro that is, than it is on anything else.
Yes.
Dragon Ball Super, its dub came out. The cast is out. I've looked it over. We're going to talk about it. And we're going to talk about the Game Awards. We're going to talk about everything that happened there, all the reveals, all the awards. We're going to discuss every little bit of it.
Okay.
How you doing today, Zach?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Trying to figure out why our stream's red.
Our stream's red?
Yeah.
What's wrong with it? Which one?
YouTube, the important one.
Is there no chat coming through either? Hello.
We're still getting FF15, says Nick. Hey Nick, let me know how the stream's going. If it's like jumpy, go ahead and type that for me. Yeah, are you still getting it, John?
Look, it came out. The hardest part is getting over the release of a game, right? If I can get over the release of a game, the odds of me buying it are significantly lower because the hype train's gone, you know? It left without me. So I'm not necessarily interested. I'm not going to say I'm not interested because people are talking about it. Sounds cool. But my mind has already kind of moved on to the next hot thing. You know what I mean?
Okay, so it does sound good. All right. YouTube's just being weird. Yeah, I might get it eventually. Not right away because I'm watching my buddy play it and it looks better than expected.
Which
is good.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't have expectations really. Neither did my buddy when he was playing. He's like, you know what, I kind of like this, and it has like a sphere grid like thing where you have a whole bunch of different ones, and then some apply to you, some apply to your partners. So you can actually kind of customize a little bit.
I think with like...
eventually you probably have everything maxed out. But.
With like being the way that Final Fantasy 13, the series was, like whether you like it or dislike it, the way they ran that shit was all fucked up. The way Type 0 was ran was fucked up. The way Square Enix has been for like the past decade's been fucked up. So like you had to keep your expectations in the fucking dirt, you know? But before we get to it, let's talk about some good stuff. Good stuff. One day we'll have like a little thing that says good stuff.
It's just like a little sound bit. Good stuff.
You got anything, Zach? What do you want to talk about for good stuff?
I guess I'll just talk about Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good game. Game series, really. I don't think I've played... Yes, I have. I have played one that's bad. Never played Try. Don't ever play Try. Try's crap.
Which oddly enough is a lot of people's first Monster Hunter.
It was cool because it was like one of the first ones in a while to be on console. Like to come over here. Because it was more of a portable thing for a while. Except for the very first one, which was PS2. But that had such a high learning curve. You probably got your ass beat if you ever actually owned that one.
But the Wii exploded, so they couldn't ignore it.
Yeah, so like it looked pretty, and it had a lot of content cut out from a portable game, which is like upsetting. Like there's portable games on the PSP that held more content than an actual console game.
So which one's the one to get? You get one today. So, which one are you getting?
Probably 4 Ultimate. Generations is really good. There was a lot to do. I just like 4 Ultimate because it had like a story. It had cool little cutscenes that would turn into real combat. Like you're like, oh, whoa, when did it turn to this? You know, Cross does. I keep calling it Cross. It's Generations over here. It does a little, like a fighter intro thing for a monster. Like it comes up and it like zooms in and does that like Borderlands style thing where like there's the name of it, and boom. Instead of like, you know, you're just walking around, all of a sudden something fucking pops out the lava, and you're like, oh shit, and then you like all of a sudden you're on top of it, and you're like, oh, that's a cool little cutscene. No, you're actually on fucking top of it now, and you're like, oh shit, you know, it's
like
it's
it
really
doesn't have
cool.
to establish itself as the boss.
Yeah, like,
as much like you get it. It's fucking humongous. It is the boss.
Yeah, you know, it's, you know, one's faster than the other. Like Generations is just fast, and I guess some people prefer it. I just like the aesthetics of like the animation because like that's how the old ones were. When like you walk in, you're like, oh, there's Lao Shan Long. What the fuck is this? And you see a big dragon. It's just walking his happy ass across the map, and you're like, oh, I don't know if I could beat that. You know,
we played 3U together.
It was pretty good.
That was on the 3DS, and that was a magical experience.
Yeah,
because we played for like what 18 hours or something,
like
straight.
It was
and
pretty crazy.
Beat the shit out of that game enough to on co-op to where like I steamrolled the fucking single player no problem.
Yeah,
like I changed my armor maybe one time, a little bit further on. You know, granted I didn't go like into post game, you know, but like main game I just put the ass whooping on because we had already put so much ass whooping into co-op and got so much good gear.
Yeah, it's just a fun experience. I don't know, like, you get so many items in that game. It's the only item or game where like you get all these fucking items, but I'm not upset about having all these items. Like any other game, I'm just like, God, what is all this shit in my inventory?
I can't wait to get rid of it.
You know, yeah, that is just like, you're just, if you like fucking hoarding shit, man, that's the game to hoard shit. Mm-hmm. You know, you get an item box that can hold up to 1,000 items, different items, like it's crazy.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous actually.
Yeah, I filled up a good 600-700 page like
Jesus
things in that
Christ.
shit. Yeah, it's crazy. My mom plays the fuck out of that game too.
You're right, she does.
She's like maxed out money before.
She plays that and Pokemon, and she just like puts in more effort than people put into their entire life into those games. So Monster Hunter, good stuff. So I'm gonna talk about Dino Crisis.
Ooh,
the first one, because I haven't played the second one and I haven't played the third one.
I played the first one.
So the first one is Resident Evil with dinosaurs, and that's all it is.
Yeah.
But you know, it added 3D worlds. Like that was the first one that had actual 3D environments instead of the hand-drawn stuff in the background, the pre-rendered backgrounds.
Yeah. This actually, everything was modeled.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, it didn't look as good.
I agree.
At the same time, like,
and everything's like gray.
There. So I think it would have been better, honestly, with hand-drawn stuff. But
you know what that was? That was like their first step because they were making Code Veronica.
Yeah. And
they needed to like have some practice work on it.
That one actually has full
3D rendered as well. Yes.
Like everything's actually rendered, not just like,
it's not just there.
Not pre-rendered or whatever.
Yeah, it's not pre-rendered. In Code Veronica, which Code Veronica is a fucking excellent game too, and a way better game than Dino Crisis. But Dino Crisis is just fun, and I like a lot of the things that adopted. Like, okay, so I
like the character. Regina.
I like Regina.
Really cool.
I don't really like any of the other characters, but Regina's cool.
I don't remember the other characters in that game, in the first one.
I remember there was Black Guy, who ran the security room. I don't remember his name. He had a weird haircut. He was cool. And there was like clearly evil, possibly Russian sounding guy, you know, and you know, he was evil.
Was he the Wesker of the game or something?
Yeah, more or less. You know, it was not like the moment
I inserted dino DNA into me and just like transforms into a big T-Rex.
I mean, the whole fact that the plot is time travel, you know, just.
Yeah, I know.
It actually like, it's stupid. But it gives it its own little flair. Because if it was just like they're making dinosaurs like Jurassic Park or like Resident Evil making zombies, it would just be like, okay. But this is a stupid time travel.
2 does the time traveling thing too. And I played that one and beat it before I even really touched 1. And I was like, time travel? What the? That's weird. It's such a fun game, but why? And then I realized I was like, oh, first game had time travel. Okay, you know what? That's a lot more redeeming then.
You don't know until like the very end. Then there's like areas of the map with like time distortions going on that you have to fucking suppress somehow. I don't even remember how you did it. And there were alternate endings. And the sad part was there were like there weren't many bosses. Like you won't fight the T-Rex. You fight the T-Rex all of like one time at the very, very end. Yeah. And the rest of the times he'll fight you, but like it's like you're going to run away. So
yeah, I don't think 2 had that many boss fights either. And it's like way more action-y than the first one.
You know what I did think was funny? So Dino Crisis has also started the trend of like enemies being able to walk through doors.
Oh yeah.
But they're fucking
dinosaurs.
They're a dinosaur. So when you hear the dinosaur, you the camera angle changes. Then you hear the door open, and you're like, "Oh fuck, the Velociraptor!"
He fucking figured out. It just puts its fucking weird claws against like a hand scanner. It's like, dinosaur accepted. What the fuck, computer? No.
But you know, you could do all kinds of cool things with that. With like, there were lasers on the wall you could turn on sometimes. Yeah. Like originally, they would just be there, and like you'd figure out how to turn them off to progress in the story, but as you're passing back through there, you can turn it back on, and Velociraptors get fucked up by them because they'll just keep running at you like an idiot.
That's awesome.
So there's lots of cool ammo mixing, creating new ammo types.
Oh yeah, you can make like special ammo and shit. Mm-hmm.
Although it's not really necessary.
I can't remember if you can do that in 2. You might be able to. It's been so long.
The way the item boxes work, where like there's only item boxes in place. They don't like, they're not a universal item box like Resident Evil's. So you don't really use them, but you also have a shit ton of inventory space. But like you have to
I think they changed that in 2.
Yeah, you have to use plugs to open them, and you only get a select number of plugs.
Oh yeah, but they have items in them.
Yes.
Every time. That's what's kind of cool too.
And I didn't know that, so like I was saving my plugs. So I was like, I still have inventory space, so I'm gonna hold on to my shit. Well, that was dumb. I should have just fucking opened up the boxes. As I had so many plugs by the end. I'm talking like I got to a point where I was just completely out of ammo. I was like, I do not need an item box because I don't have fucking items. And it was like, oh shit. And finally I opened one, I think to get rid of fucking space for something, so I could get rid of these plugs or something. And sure enough, it was like near the end, and there's fucking grenades and all kinds of bullshit, or whatever the best weapon was. And I was like, oh fuck, what a waste.
What have I been doing with all my life?
But yeah, Dino Crisis, not perfect, not great, but good. It is good.
I think it's worth playing.
It's worth playing considering it's only like 4 hours long.
Yeah. 2, I think the second one's still better.
I've heard that as well. So.
And don't even play the third one. Pretend the third one doesn't even exist.
One day I'll play the hypothetical third one when they put it out.
Yeah. No. Never.
So let's talk Final Fantasy 15. We were talking about it before. It sold 5 million units already.
Yeah.
Through pre-orders. But so I want to talk about Final Fantasy 15, but I want to talk about more about like the pre-ordering of games and like what that does to the industry, and like where we are rewarding the marketing and not game development, which is why they can put out 9 gigabyte fucking patches on day one. Yeah. Because we're okay with it.
Yeah, people fucking eat that shit up, man. Like, it's cool. It's cool to put your faith in developers. Even like known ones, I guess people just aren't cautious about it. They're like, well, it's Final Fantasy. It can't be bad. You know, it definitely can be. It could be 13 all over again.
And it's gotten to the point where like, it's gotten to the point where like, if games aren't getting pre-ordered a lot, there's like a good chance they might get like even canceled, or because bad pre-order, like that says like let's stop development.
It's like they use it as a means almost to where it's like, do people want this game?
Yeah.
You know, but why do you want to put money towards it? Like I can understand it. If you know you're gonna get it, go for it. Fucking go ahead and pre-order it. If you know for sure you're gonna buy it, because there are some instances where it's just like, oh, this Monster Hunter's coming out. Well, yeah, of course I'm gonna fucking get a copy. Pokemon, fuck yeah, of course I'm gonna get a copy. Like there's some ones that you're gonna get regardless. So yeah, pre-order it. But I think you should still be more cautious about things that have a bad track. You know, it's cool when like that they just been doing good. You know, or maybe even doing okay. But Final Fantasy has hit fucking lows.
Yeah.
And then people keep trusting them, and then, you know, like I said, that's how that whole 13 series fucking came about.
Yeah. We kept buying more too, so that didn't help.
Yeah. Lightning wouldn't have had to return if people didn't buy fucking 13.2.
Yeah.
She had to come back.
And once you buy 13.2,
she hates all of them.
You gotta buy 13.3. You know, you're gonna buy Lightning. It's too late.
Yeah, it's like you already fucking
invested
yourself
80 fucking hours into the series.
It's pretty rough.
Yeah, I think it's definitely negative because I Stop Skeletons was talking about it.
You just hope the next one's good. Yeah, you're right, Nick. You kind of do, but it's like you don't want them to be bad. You don't.
No.
Because, like, why would you want a bad game to really ever come out?
I don't want a game to be bad. I don't want developers to fail.
Yeah, like, I want Final Fantasy to be good again. Let's make Final Fantasy good again.
like Resident Evil.
Playing all 13 games, all 3 of them. God, Nick, I'm so fucking sorry. Like, it never got better, did it?
Like Resident Evil 7, if I buy it on day 1, I'm a piece of shit. Because they have failed their ass off lately.
Like,
not just them,
like
but
the Resident Evil games have been like not fun. I mean, there's things where like if I played any of them alone, I probably wouldn't have had fun with them. They are fun. They're just not good Resident Evil games. They're not like they don't give you that Resident Evil.
I'm not gonna say like
wants or feel. Or
they're
like
I'm not gonna say that like it's just like playing games with people are fun.
Yeah,
I've had fun playing Drake of the 99 Dragons with Nick.
Yeah,
you know, so that doesn't really excuse them making a piss poor game.
Like, I mean, it isn't. It's not like it played bad.
I'm gonna say Resident Evil 6 played bad.
The story was bad. Like I like the range of movement. I like being able to slide
Woo!
and stuff like that.
Those are the things I don't like.
You know, I don't. Maybe they shouldn't be there because having too much movement and stuff like that, it takes away from the game being scary or anything.
It's just. I remember the first time I saw that in a trailer for Resident Evil 6, and Leon like, Kennedy fucking slid across the ground and started shooting people.
Like I think they fucked up by making characters too well trained because even the story. That's what I would expect of Leon. He's a fucking like special agent, man.
Special agents don't slide across the fucking ground like it's the goddamn Matrix.
Like he could do it. You know, I don't see how people slide across fucking gravel anyway. Like, I would assume you stop like not even a foot. It would hurt like shit. It was one of the worst games I've seen John play. Yeah, 99 Dragons, man.
But we had fun playing it. So like I'd never be like, oh, I had fun playing in co-op or like with my buddies. Like that would never account for a game being good because I had a good time with friends. You know, so
I just think they need to go back to like the times where like the characters aren't that well trained or aren't that they aren't expected to deal with what they're gonna fucking deal with. Mm-hmm. You know, people hated how Chris was fucking big as fuck in 5, but he was fucking training with a special fucking unit that was made to fight bioterrorism and shit like that. So he's a big dude. The only thing I hated is I didn't like him punching zombies that would fly 10 feet across the room. That's a little much.
This is something
you could punch the zombie, but
the series
make it fall down.
The series based on the like even the monster designs went the way that made sense based on the progression of what you would think. They were trying to make BOWs for war.
Yeah.
So of course they're gonna be able to wield guns. Of course they're gonna be able to do all these like they're gonna be more humanoid and do like more normal things. And then like
it just gets out of hand after you do too much with that, and it's just like, is that what I really wanted Resident Evil to be?
I saw the fucking slippery slope twice with fucking Nemesis being able to wield a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
You were like, be fucking careful, don't go past this.
Yeah.
And then the second time when Wesker had superpowers but wasn't becoming zombified at all, and you were like, you're the only one we're gonna let get away with this shit. Yeah. No one fucking else gets away with it. And then everyone fucking got away with it.
It got out of hand, man.
Yeah. So, but we'll see.
If five would have chilled itself in certain situations, I would have liked it a lot more. I don't hate 5.
I think if a lot of the levels were better, I would have liked it. Because that's the big thing.
I like that there's a fucking map. I'll tell you that. Like, I don't think 6 had a map, did it?
No, it's just linear levels straight up.
And like all you had was a mini map, I think. And
but even then, the map is like sectionalized in 5.
Revelations 2 is actually pretty good.
Yeah, compared to
like you can't slide or anything.
Which is
you
good.
You can run, which all of them you can run. You know, you can aim, so that's still the whole 4 or 5 thing. But you have like a partner, and your partner's like very not fighting. They're not trained to fight anything. Like they're, you know, the only thing I don't like is like there is a co-op thing, but it's just local, so you can't do online. It's kind of dumb. Like why put it in the game? It's almost like how Ada is in 6 for no fucking reason.
Right.
At all. She should have just been there for the little random story things that she was there for the other people's campaigns, and that's it. Mm-hmm. But playing her, and then so we played the whole game co-op, and then all of a sudden I was like Secret Agent X, fucking going around with her, on funny ass missions. The cutscenes weren't even made to have them in there,
Yeah, it was like the Ada part was designed to be alone, but the rest of the game was not that way. It was designed why would you fucking do that?
Yeah, it's just like. It's just stupid.
Shitty.
It was the worst.
You know what? Like,
it was the worst of like a not that great game. Like, it was okay, but that was just the fucking hardest I ever had to push through. Like a Resident Evil in my life. That was pretty rough.
Yeah, there's Resident Evil 6 altogether. I had a fucking annoying time with.
It's weird. It's like everything built up with like 4 and 5. It's like, okay, so I get weapons progressively, but at least I get to upgrade them and do little fun things. Like that took away the weapon upgrades and stuff like that, and the item management, and like it was just weird, man. Like,
oh, you know what? Like,
everything that made that system feel all right about it. It's like, okay, well at least there's some fun things about it. Just took it away.
You know what the biggest complaint about 4? So even people who like Resident Evil 4, they were like, "What the fuck does this have to do with anything?" Like Ada's there. And there's some semblance of hearing about Wesker in the background, who we know had some other company going on. Yeah. But, like, what the fuck does this have to do with anything? It was such a minor thing, a footnote of what was going on just happened to...
Well, I mean, like, 2 was its own kind of weird thing, too, aside from 1. But it still had stuff that made sense,
Involved the G-Virus and all that, which was extremely important.
But, like, so I like to think 4 is just, like, you don't treat it like the other ones, except for, like, more like 2, like its own... It's like a little different path, a little bit, I guess.
Well, you have to think, because like at the end of 1, Chris is gonna go to Europe and hit the headquarters,
and that's where the BSAA shit happened. No, that's.
I don't remember.
He's in Code Veronica, right?
Yeah. So.
And that's after 1, I'm assuming it has to be.
Yeah. So like, and in 2, like Claire and Leon do their shit, and then when they escape the city, they're like, "We're gonna end Umbrella," and then like at 3. Jill is like, "I'm going to end Umbrella too." And then in Code Veronica, like, at the end, Chris and Claire are in a fucking jet, and they have contact with Leon, so you already know they're together in a group, and they're like, "It's time to finish Umbrella once and for all." And you were like, they're going to finish fucking Umbrella. And then they just sort of said fuck it to that whole story and moved on with 4.
Yeah, because I know they, like, did something before that, too, that was, like, a precursor to 5. And it was in 5. It was like the Rock Isles or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Some mansion. And they fight Wesker. And that's how Jill really disappears. And the prequel to that was Revelations. And then Revelations 2 is like fucking predating 6, I think. Or some shit. I don't remember.
I think it's weird. The best way they could have gone about it, they pick 2 of those characters, whichever ones you want. It would probably be Leon and someone else. And have them invade the fucking Europe headquarters and have an outbreak happen, blah, blah, blah. And then they kill Wesker. And they kill this other. Or they don't kill Wesker, and Wesker makes his own company, and that's how you continue the Resident Evils. But, like, it was so upsetting because you got the climax to that story.
Come on, Cyborg Man. Where is RE7 set in the franchise timeline? It's after everything,
It's after everything, as far as we know.
And the only thing linking it to anything that we saw, at least in the demo, was like that picture with a fucking helicopter with the umbrella symbol on it, right? That was it. I don't think there was anything else.
I think there's implications that whatever this family got's going on might be either a little bit different than everything else, and Umbrella's trying to get their hands on, and they're spying on the family.
Yeah.
Or 2, they did something fucked up to this family, and now they're spying on it to keep fucking track of it.
Yeah. I like to think they're probably like an experiment.
Possibly.
But like in a weird, I don't know, because they're.
But what's interesting to note about that is, who the fuck is Umbrella? I'm pretty sure they're fucking destroyed.
Yeah.
So like, it's hard because Resident Evil 6 story was such a fucking mess.
There was Trisol or whatever, which was basically Umbrella. Just assumed it was set around RE1 near Raccoon City. Now I believe that they just straight up said like this is after everything, and and like there's something with this family too, because like in the game show trailer they showed off, which makes it look really well done actually. Like I might actually get it. there looks like there's something going on with him. Like the guy taking a fucking bullet to the head and still walking at you, and getting on fire and still walking at you. It's
which a tyrant can do. You know, so it's kind of implying that
there's something with him. He's obviously not just fucking.
He's a powerful dude.
Yeah, he's just not pure fucking anger or hatred or whatever the fuck's keeping him walking towards you. No, there's something going on.
Yeah.
So.
And the other lady in the other house in the Resident Evil 7, the 8-minute footage that we saw, she could control fucking bees and shit. Yeah. She has power over fucking insects. So there's something going on there, you know?
I'm assuming it's just going to try to leave us as vague as possible. And like they said, there's like, you know, sections of the place locked off and you'll find keys and do puzzles to get through. So they're going to probably try to do...
Which is huge.
The old stuff where you'll find info around and it'll kind of fill in story.
The files,
yeah. Are there any classic zombies or just this strong, crazy family? I didn't see any zombos.
Okay, so...
I just saw the family.
So there's the family, but they did show there were some enemies that kind of look like regenerators, and there were like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, those are like the leech guy, right? The leech monsters or whatever? Those are regenerators?
No, the regenerators are in RE4. The ones that grab you and then fucking drive spikes through your body.
That's right. I forgot about that.
So they kind of look like them or something from Revelations. Yeah. So there are like stereotypical...
It looks like there's going to be normal enemies.
They're at least...
Show me a fucking licker and I'll be fucking terrified in that game.
Show me a hunter. That's the one I want to see.
Hunter are those weird lizard-like guys, right? Yeah.
The big bads of the series.
Them motherfuckers are scary, man.
Yeah, so that's like when they come out, like they're hunting your ass, and I love that. Yeah, that's what I love.
Like, we only see like a few things, so I think they're trying to hold on to like little surprises. Like you can get attacked by like some insects or bats or whatever the fuck that was. Those are like bees or some shit.
The bees, right? But the lady made them
like
attack
hives
you.
And shit.
So
would look scary in that FPS. Yeah. I would imagine you just turn around and there's like one walking around the corner and you're like, oh fuck me, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know.
I think the idea of the progression system that they're doing with like puzzles and like the doors, the way they showed the fucking doors, it was like, here's a crow door. You'll probably need a crow key to get through it. It's like, oh, that's amazing.
You know, let me inspect items again, like in one a little bit, like do
what
like
you can, because we saw that in the demo.
That's true. You could
rotate items and you could use them to put them together, and you could see like different parts of them. So that will probably exist.
Do a good intricate thing with that. It might be good, you know. That's what's crazy is because starting out, Resident Evil is just like, this is gonna suck. Like, you know, there's a few spooky stuff in the demo. It wasn't like scary, but it was disturbing. The mannequins, man, those fucking things scared the shit out of me.
Which doesn't even make sense, but we'll see how much supernatural shit is there.
Yeah, I'm down.
Maybe your character's tripping balls.
Fuck it.
We'll see. I said I'm looking forward to it cautiously because it looks like they're going back to their roots.
Yeah, I'm gonna still let it come out.
I'm gonna let it come out
and then hear what the fuck's up.
Yeah,
not too much. Just as long as once people start saying, yeah, it's good for a little bit, and then like a month later, if they still say it's good and they're just not saying it's shit or whatever, maybe even weeks. Probably won't take that long to beat. Resident Evil is usually not that fucking long. Yeah. So people are fucking smart nowadays. They figure shit out so fucking fast. So.
The fear is that, like, for me, is that the new demos part, the final 2 parts of it are coming out. If they do some hype ass shit, that'll hurt me a lot.
Oh, and you're right.
If they drop some bombs on me and they're like, "Hey, Leon's there," and you're like, "Oh fucking, I like Leon."
Oh God, I hope none of them.
Oh my God, if they're like, "Claire's there," I'll be like, "Oh, give me Claire."
Give me like Rebecca or something. Somebody that's like shit. They aren't real shit.
I think the person that's most expected to be there is Ada. She's the tie knot. I would love Rebecca to be there though.
Give me fucking Billy.
That would be incredible.
I love Billy, man.
I don't necessarily love Billy, but it's just like I would love to see him come back. You know what I'd love to see? Okay, so at the end of Code Veronica...
No one said Final Fantasy 15 has been bad yet, Nick. They've been hopping on.
I mean, I've heard some people say it's bad, but you know, it's.
I think they're a small outcry compared to the fucking masses. There's just so many people saying it good over bad.
There's more shock.
Yeah.
It's good.
You know. maybe not like the best fucking Final Fantasy ever, but there's some people that are like, yeah, I really like this. Glad I got it.
Yeah. We're going to let the honeymoon fucking go over, and we'll see where it stands in a few weeks.
All right, let's move on.
I'm waiting for that one person to be like, it's shit. And I'll be like, oh, is it? And then everyone else jumps on the it's shit wagon. So let's talk about...
Man, you know what it was?
Let's talk about Marvel vs. Capcom 4.
When's Mahvel?
When's Mahvel? Supposedly getting announced tomorrow at the Capcom. Supposedly. That's the rumor. The rumors are only using the Marvel character universe that's being made by Disney.
Series, not like none of the actual comic looking ones.
Yeah.
Like, they will look like their movie counterparts.
From the Disney series. That's the rumor.
You know.
And that would be, you know, Iron Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, things like that.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange. No X-Men, because Sony owns them. No Spider-Man, because even though Disney made Marvel made the recent one, Sony owns him.
Yeah.
What are we expecting here?
So
you're the fighting game man.
There's a lot of rumors going around. They're even rumoring that it's a complete reboot and it's not even 4. Also,
can I ask you what difference would that make?
It's a big difference. Like,
is there even a story going on there?
No, but like 2 and 3 are 3-on-3 fighters, where your 2 other characters, like you have a point man and you have 2 reserves, and you can switch between, or your 2 people can come out and assist you and do little attacks while you're doing stuff. The first game consisted of 2-on-2 with a support character. So a support character is like your assist. You use them so many times, and they're used up. And then your tag guy would just either switch out, or if you lost your first guy, you would just be your second guy.
So what are they saying about 4? What's the rumor that it's...
Pretty much it's going to be a reboot. But it's going to be like how you said, with those characters.
But is it... What kind of fighter is it going to be?
They haven't said much like that. You know, it's all rumors, you know.
If they don't make it a 2-on-2 or 3-on-3, then it's not even fucking Marvel.
It'd be weird. It'd be going back to like Marvel superheroes, you know, and that's like the least favorite out of everybody.
It would just be like Street Fighter with different characters.
You know, I'd be down for more of a Street Fighter versus fucking X-Men like gameplay. That was pretty fun. As long as they fucking cut the fuck out of the infinites, or have a way where I can get out of it.
I think the problem is with that, they could have patched out those infinites, but they were just unable to patch them out.
Well, what they're also saying too is like possibly another rumor mill going around.
The Marvel 3 update.
Yeah. It'll be ported by Iron Galaxy. It does like all the fucking
fighting game ports
for Capcom.
Maybe on Steam.
You know, you never know. It's all up in the air. Yeah. Nothing's definite. I think it's probably like a 50-50 if it's going to happen or not. I think it's kind of weird that it's all coming out. You know, it could be just the biggest fucking troll in the fighting game community yet.
To me, it's just like...
It's just weirdly timed, and like... So I can't not think it's going to happen.
The problem is it's not just someone saying it. It's fucking... Eurogamer said they have sources in the fucking... In Capcom who said it's happening.
Yeah.
And Eurogamer, like, I mean... I don't know. Unless they change... I think they're announcing it tomorrow. I mean, Street Fighter V is out. What else are they doing, you know? I mean, yeah, there's DLC coming out for it, but there'll be DLC coming out for it even past Marvel vs. Capcom 4. What are you working on next? They did announce it at Game Awards. I think Capcom Cup is the deal.
I'm totally down for them not doing Marvel and then just doing a fucking other rival schools. I'd be down. That's a tag fighter. It's Capcom. I would fucking laugh my ass off and be excited at the same time because I fucking love rival schools. They're like, yeah, you know, you could switch out, you do supers and stuff like that. It's Capcom.
So
I'm like, oh, Marvel? No. Rival schools.
So, what Capcom character you looking for? You want to see?
I want Mega Man back, man.
Which Mega Man?
Everybody.
Which Mega Man?
I just want regular Mega Man or X. I think X would be cool because he's never been in a fighting game. We've had Mega Man. We've had Zero.
Yeah.
We've had Mega Man Zero. We've had fucking Mega Man Volnut. But no Mega Man X.
I think if you're rebooting, just do classic Mega Man.
Yeah. I'm down.
You know, wouldn't Battle Network's Mega Man coming out on it?
You know,
just kidding. They don't care about that shit.
It
would be classic Mega Man because that's the only game they're even like, because they just released that Super HD version or whatever of it. So
yeah,
that'll probably be the one.
Other than that, I don't know. I don't know what Capcom.
You want Monster Hunter Cat in there, bro?
I would love Monster Hunter. Period. Just like a generic Monster Hunter guy, but have him use like all the different weapons.
Oh man, that would be great.
Sword, like
I actually could see that happening.
You know, that'd be cool. I really wanted him for Smash. Out of all the Capcom stuff, I was like, Monster Hunter. Bring Monster Hunter.
Oh, you knew that would happen.
Have his side B, charge up, great sword hit. Fucking up B, he spins with the fucking dual blades upwards.
You had a whole move list typed out for him. You had the frames counted out for him. Just do this.
It was that, and then second was Banjo. I was like, get Banjo-Kazooie in there.
That was never gonna fuck. Well, you know, I say never, but Microsoft was the ones that were like, if Nintendo wants to do business, we'll do business. So
yeah.
It was up in the air too. You're right.
But Nintendo was like, nah, dog, nah.
Nah, we're not gonna fuck. Because I assume it was like you want to do business, as in you'll pay for the license, and Nintendo just wasn't having that. So
yeah, fuck that.
So Marvel character, who you want, man? You get anyone?
Really, as long as Strider's in it still. Oh, Marvel, you said?
Marvel.
I'm sorry.
Marvel.
That's the Capcom one. I really want to stay in there.
Yeah, I'd like to see Strider.
Strider's been in everything. He better not fucking be in it. I'll fucking murk somebody. What's going on, Aries, man?
What's up, man?
Good to see you.
Glad you're alive.
Glad you're still alive, man. John fucking couldn't save you. I thought you would never come back. If a Marvel character, shit, man. Who the fuck would I want? As long as Captain America's in it, I'm good. I fucking love Captain America in those games.
I was about to say in those games.
In a character that's like, not. I got better. Fuck, man. Let me think about that for a second. You can't have anybody from the Spider-Man series.
No.
Sucks. Fuck, Venom won't be in it. Venom's cool. Shit, man.
I'm trying to think through the movies that have came out these past few years.
Hulk's gonna be in it. Captain America's gonna be in it. Thor's gonna be in it. Iron Man's definitely gonna fucking.
All the main players will be there. Who do you want from Guardians of the Galaxies? Even though we know which one.
You know, Rocket was in 3, so it's not gonna be. It might be Groot.
It's gonna be Groot, man.
Might. I would actually rather have the main dude.
I'd rather have who's Batista, man.
No, he does nothing. He's nothing special.
He's a big
about
bad
him.
motherfucker.
You know, yeah, he's just a big dude. But then you got fucking Hagar from fucking Capcom.
Ooh, who do you want?
Fight.
Who do you want from Resident Evil, man?
You know, if they were in that.
I mean,
Give
Wesker
me
was in
fucking Jill, man.
Oh.
Classic Jill, not fucking. You know when they announced Jill, people were like, "Fuck yes" for 3, and then they were like, "Resident Evil 5 Jill." Nah. You know, and she played cool. It's just not the fucking same, man.
I don't think they could obviously we haven't played 7, but like
no more.
I don't think you can pull anyone from. Do they take the fucking Baker family from 7 and put them in fucking?
God, that would be horrible.
I mean, but like the whole point of it is to hype up their franchises, you know.
Of all zombie things, Capcom should fucking add just because they have Frank West in 3, but have Chuck Green from fucking 2 be in it. That'd be cool. Have him use a lot of the cool, crazy combo weapons, like the fucking boxing glove with knives attached to it.
Well, it'd be super cool if they just had both.
He could do Berserker Barrage, the little fucking cutty thing Wolverine used to do. Says he ain't gonna be in that shit no more.
That would make people so angry.
And I want him to say it like Berserker Barrage. Like, it's like, you motherfucker.
Damn, man.
You know.
Coming out tomorrow? Or is it gonna place your bets on scale of 1 to 10? 10 is being announced for sure. Where you stand?
Still like a 5, man. It's like 50-50 to me.
9.
Ooh,
it is 100%.
I just don't want to get my hype up, man.
It's being announced tomorrow. Be ready for the trailer.
And I feel like it comes out and I play it and I'm just like, yeah, I remember now. I don't like any of the new
Zach,
Marvel games.
I'll be knocking you on your door in the morning, waking you up, being like, hey,
my door.
It's fucking Marvel.
Yeah, man. 6.5. You think, Aries? All right, 6.5 is fair, man. Fair.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about Avalanche from Final Fantasy VII.
The fucking terrorist organization known as Avalanche.
Whoa! You just can't throw that fucking shit around, bro.
I'm sorry.
This is an important conversation here. Avalanche, consisting of Barrett and friends, recruits Cloud. Who's it? Wedge, Biggs,
Wedge, Jesse, Tifa.
All these assets.
Marlene, even though she's a little girl.
She's a part of it. She's criminal for life.
Yeah, man.
They literally blow up what are essentially life reactors.
Yeah.
And destroy entire blocks of city life.
They're like nuclear reactors, and
Yeah.
the power source is life, but you can't put the life back in there. Mm-hmm. They already know, so it's like...
And they're killing thousands of people when they blow up these plants.
For the greater good of the fucking planet, they're sacrificing power and people's lives.
So here's our question. Is Avalanche legit? Is this a fucking good movement? Should we support this shit?
No.
Or is this a fucking terrorist organization that's just blowing up parts of fucking Midgard, man?
Yeah, man.
Hashtag save Midgard. Like,
hashtag don't let the fucking president die.
Oh my god, he couldn't.
He got
like
fucking murdered, dude.
Like, energy rates are way the fuck up. It's hard as fuck to live.
Yeah, man.
And then they go back to their fucking place filled with neon signs everywhere, acting like they're not part of the fucking problem.
I like to think they just have fucking slaves in the back, fucking just working on all the power. It's just like, you can't do that. You can't do that, Avalanche. That's fucking wrong. For the planet.
It's for the planet.
God. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. You know, there's probably ways they could have, you know,
not blown up
exploded the fucking thing, but not explode fucking. You know, the explosions weren't too big. But
I mean, they killed people.
Yeah, a little bit.
They didn't evacuate no one.
But to be fair, Shinra did level a whole fucking section because of that.
So do unto others.
But it's their fucking fault.
So like,
they shouldn't have fucked with Shinra.
You're right.
Like,
it's just like we did it, or well, I guess it was we. You know, we played it, but
yeah,
we were Avalanche. We committed an act of terrorism, and then they leveled our fucking whole section of Midgard. Fair. I call fair.
Fair.
I think Avalanche fucking deserved what they got, bro. It's a terrorist organization.
Jesse, Biggs, Wedge, all fucking dead.
Cloud.
Spirit's fucking fault.
Don't act like because you saved the world later, like you're not gonna go to court over this shit. We'll see you in court.
You better get fucking Phoenix Wright fucking defending your ass. Otherwise, you're fucked.
I don't know. I think it's like fuck Shinra, because Shinra would have eventually destroyed the planet.
Yeah.
We just kind of accelerated the point, and granted, killed a lot of people, but you had to make a big enough point. So, Avalanche, terrorist organization. Yes, but also trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Where you stand? Are they terrorists?
Well, you know, they're pretty much the fucking realm of Final Fantasy's ISIS.
Oh, so, shit.
You know, fucking lopping off fucking Shinra soldiers' heads and shit. It's pretty fucked.
They just have them one by one. They take the big ass Buster sword and hit them with the broadside.
They're all just fucking blindfolded against a wall, and Barrett just fucking starts reeling his chain gun on his arms, going across the wall. It's fucked.
Cloud looking cold as fuck. Tifa crying.
Fucking
for humanity!
She was crying. Aerith is trying to hurry Marlene into the fucking house so she doesn't see all the fucking murder out in the streets.
Oh, Jesus
like,
Christ.
Fuck shit, man. It's hardcore.
Yeah.
Makes you think the Turks aren't so fucking bad.
Wow.
Even though they kidnap and kill people all the fucking time. Anyway, what's the next topic?
Let's talk about Last Guardian. So Last Guardian comes out tomorrow. Tomorrow. Does it come out tomorrow? No, it doesn't. It comes out December 8th.
Yeah.
Been waiting for this game.
Who's excited for the big doggo with wings, man?
I've been fucking waiting for this game for fucking ever. So Shadow of the Colossus came out a long time ago.
Complete your legacy.
I played it for the first time in 2010, and then 2009, and then I played Ico in 2010 and Shadow of the Colossus again. I've played Shadow of the Colossus a few times since then. Shadow of the Colossus is like in my top 5 consistently as far as games go. Like sometimes I go back and play other games and they sort of like drop a little bit. I'm like, maybe Okami's not my number 2 favorite game, you know, as much as I
do play Okami. It's really cool looking.
It is. I love it, but it does have some flaws.
Okami Den,
which
a little bit,
which part of me believes is better.
Which is the Chibicharos, right?
Yeah,
for the DS.
Chibicharos.
Yeah, Chibicharos is
that game's
awesome.
excellent as well.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I played a little bit into like the first dungeon or some shit.
Yeah.
It was kind of neat.
The dungeons later on get actually pretty complex, which is crazy because the dungeons in Okami range from pretty complex, pretty good to 3 rooms. So, but Last Guardian is my fucking destiny.
Wow. I just can't imagine how engaging the game's going to be. I think it's just going to be a weird experience.
I don't see like how it fucking works.
What is your goal for one? I'm sure just escaping from something. That's usually some kind of gimmick behind all of them, you know. And but what's your doggo going to do? Fight other big animals? Are you going to be able to control them?
I don't think so.
Look like it. So are you just going to be going through all the fucking mayhem that both of them create while you're just a little kid and you're like, fuck, the fucking bridge is falling out, and you're just running across and you see in the background them fucking each other up, like rolling across.
And what's interesting is like they don't do quick time events.
Yeah.
That's not their business.
Which is good.
So whatever's going on with that doggo is not like a quick time event thing. It's probably a set piece type thing, but like, yeah, I guess like what they do, it's
maybe
hard.
There's ways to tell them to do stuff. There has to be, because there's going to be puzzles with them, I'm sure. I think it's going to do some weird mixture of like Ico puzzle solving, and then there's like, I bet you can climb on them, like Shadow of the Colossus climbing, you know, and ride them like fucking Fulgore.
Here's what I'm 100% calling.
What's that one creature from that movie? Falcor?
Falcor?
The big
from Neverending Story?
Yeah, the big white doggo.
I don't remember, but
it's like a white dragon dog.
I'm calling the end of the game him getting his wings back somehow. Fucking magic.
Aren't they clipped or some shit or something weird?
It makes me wonder if they're
like first trailer kind of shit, right? Yeah.
It makes me wonder if they're clipped or like they were never there type of thing.
Hell yeah, never in the store.
If they're clipped or they were never there, you know what? And like that's a weird thing, but like I don't know, like, and what part of him is like, because he also has horns, like the dragon, the griffin thing has horns, which says like
even
it's part of
that weird.
It's part of the horn boy line.
Yeah,
maybe right, or maybe it just has horns.
I mean, there's something with it. There's a reason, because nothing in the game had horns like at all.
The boy doesn't have horns, so he's not part of it. It makes me wonder.
Shadow of the Colossus being like the first in the series. Maybe it might not even be anymore. What if he's just like some fucking god thing that like
becomes the fucking thing that's dead and wow.
And like, what if that's like in that fountain? What if that's not water? What if it's like it's weird like blood or some shit that's fucking, you know? And because it looked weird goopy when you fall into it at the end of spoilers of Shadow of the Colossus, and that's what starts the whole horned boy.
You know what's crazy? Like,
right?
We're gonna play, or at least I'm gonna play Last Guardian and not know what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
Just like when I played Shadow of the Colossus, I didn't fucking get any of that shit.
It's weird, like,
until I read it, and then it was like, oh,
it clicks.
It fucking that does make
because
sense.
You don't think how the games are really like related anyway. Like you just know they're the same maker.
Yeah, because they don't have much going on in the way of story.
And then you realize, because that's what's cool about it. Like the game is told by like just what you see.
Yeah,
which is nice. Not many of them do that.
Yeah, I fucking just love it. I love it so much, and I'm sure it's gonna be more puzzly. Like I pretty much don't think it'll stand a chance against Shadow of the Colossus, so I'm not gonna put it on that pedestal.
Yeah.
But just the fact that I've been waiting for so long, like I gotta get it at this point. I have to buy. If there's a midnight release, I'll be there. You know, that's how much I care.
Games we talked about, like, you know, you're gonna get it, so you're probably gonna pre-order it.
And this is the weird thing, because like this is a studio that's never made a bad game, in my opinion. And I trust them.
They only have what, 2, right?
They only have 2. They only have Ico and they have Shadow of the Colossus. And the people who worked on that worked games before, who made like D and D2 and games like that. But
which are pretty popular, right? So.
Which are interesting, like in the same way that they are.
Yeah.
Like ideas that you're not going to get in other games.
Welcome back.
So I think, but the scary part is, as much as like they're on point with their games, this shit's been in development for a long time, and it's been like knocked out of development for a long time. And there was that point where like it's canceled, it's clearly vaporware, and like they weren't making it the whole time, you know, they gave up on it, And then because of PS4 coming out, they need a big boost. They decided to fucking revitalize it.
Because this was like
wasn't it like
tech demoed in like that era, right? Actually, it was before even PS4 came out. It was like around near the end of the life of PS3, right?
Oh, you talking about when was Last Guardian announced?
Like
the beginning of the PS3.
That's right.
It was supposed to be like a PS3 game, you know?
Yeah.
And then, never heard about it, and it was a joke. It was the new Duke Nukem Forever.
Oh, man, yeah. And Duke Nukem Forever fucking finally came out.
And so did Final Fantasy versus 13, So, like, wow, what a time to be alive.
Just waiting for this to come out, which it is. Now it's really just Kingdom Hearts 3 is the fucking joke of everything now.
But, Kingdom Hearts 3 hasn't been, like, announced, for a long time. They just never said...
They just like teasing you and giving you more pieces to the puzzle.
Yeah. Someone was talking to me about, because I had to explain to someone how like the series lined up on GameFAQs the other day, and like, because they were like, I tried to say it clearly. I was like, you got to buy 1.5, 2.5, and 2.8. You'll be good, dog. And they're like, and then they responded. They're like, are any of the side games important? I was like, let me explain. I was not fucking clear enough the first time. And I broke it down by every single fucking game.
That consists of the packages.
This is, and I put them in order too, because like the packages aren't necessarily like in perfect order. Because
really, you could play the games as fucking they release order. That's how you should, right?
You have to play them in release order, or otherwise you'll be spoiled. Like because in 1.5 the package comes with days, but in my opinion, you need to play 2 before you play days, because otherwise. You already know what's going on with Roxas. You know why he's like... Yeah. You know what's going on with
Days has some things to it for story.
Luckily,
you only the cutscenes. So.
You only have to watch a cutscene. So I was like, bro, don't worry about the games. Just fucking go back. Here's the games in order. No, none of them are side stories. The only one that could be argued is Coded. And even it's important in some bullshitty ways.
Yeah, because it redacts shit. And it's weird. And...
It doesn't redact. It adds shit on. And like Sora has another person in his fucking body now. And...
Yeah. Well, I thought it was like all those memories are being rewrote over. Like that's why it's called Recoded and shit like that.
I mean, they're being reassembled sort of. And like,
but like it's weird.
The digital version thinks he's real. And it's weird. And then...
Oh, so wait, that's not Sora at the very beginning?
Of what?
Of Recoded? Oh.
No. I mean, like, you're on the outside, and you're controlling the digital version to, like... and then the digital version, like...
there or some shit like that.
Nah, it's like he's playing a video game. It's weird. Oh. But, like, it's important. You need to see all these. Like, if you jump from 2 to 3, you miss You miss the real 3, and now you're playing 4. It's kind of like that, Because, like, Dream Drop Distance is so important.
Still need to be able to watch it, Nick. You can't just move on.
With what?
You gotta take it. He said it's just bad. Move on.
Which one?
Still gotta Recoded.
Oh.
Still gotta watch it.
Yeah. You still, but that's what's good is like in 2.5 you can just watch the cutscenes,
Yeah.
And they're all been redone, so it's like a little movie, and like that's good. I like that.
I want to play Chain of Memories again, but because it's the 3D one, right? That's added to the collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to play. It looked cool.
You want to play the 3D one or the original?
The 3D one. I've played the original already, so I never got to experience it, like how it works.
So
Kingdom Hearts game.
The 3D one is like not perfect, and like the whole first part of the game just like kind of sucks. But then like, okay, here's what's. I don't want to fucking push you away. It's kind of like Final Fantasy 13, where the battle system is just fucking there, and it's kind of in the way. It's just like.
Man, I was pretty good at it in the first game. But
no, that's not. I mean, like you're just like using the cards, and like it doesn't really matter. But when you get to the end of the game,
that's when it matters what you use.
That's when like it shows its full breadth of like. And when you're doing it in 3D and like you're seeing the fucking final boss and all his majestic.
Like how does it work? Like what if he does like a ranged attack? Does it like have a card over the ranged attack showing the power and it takes to beat it or something? Like how does that work in that?
What do you mean?
Because like you see the cards in the Game Boy Advance one, right? When he does an attack, does it just appear over his head? Like that's how you see the number. Like how do you know what to beat it when you use your zeros?
I mean, his cards are in the corner the same way they were in the DS version.
Okay.
And then they flip over, and then everyone's fly towards the middle, and like. You'll see them start building a combo, but it looks exactly like the Game Boy Advance's layout.
But you still have to worry, like, distance yourself and everything properly.
Yes.
Because it's 3D, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like...
I mean, you still have to... you can still distance yourself in the Game Boy Advance version, too. It's just...
There's just a whole layer of...
Yeah.
There's a D.
But they're also like that, like... Sure, you can run back more, but also they can close distances way better, so... Like, the final bosses in the game were like... If you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna struggle. And even if you do know what you're doing,
or whatever,
if you didn't grind up like
Riku fights someone different at the end of it too, right?
Riku's whole story is different.
Yeah,
and that's what. Oh my god, that's another thing I put at the end. I put at the end of that little game facts topic. I was like, side note, yes, you do have to play Riku's fucking story, and yes, you do have to play all 3 characters in the PSP one, Birth by Sleep. You know, you don't get to skip those, but yeah, Riku's whole thing is different. He fights Ansem at the end, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
But it's not really Ansem.
But that's like his inner Ansem,
yeah,
right?
Which explains Kingdom Hearts 2.
So why he's...
But it doesn't explain... What's good is it doesn't explain it clearly. It's just like, once Kingdom Hearts 2 drops that bombshell on you, you're like, oh man, that's right. All this stuff in Chain of Memories. And that lines up perfectly, you know?
Okay, let's move on. We were talking about Last Guardian, I realized, and now we're talking about Kingdom Hearts.
Hey, man,
and I wasn't
it's
even
okay,
on
man.
I wasn't even on this.
Are you getting Last Guardian?
No. You'll get it.
I will.
So I'll watch it through that.
Right.
So we're going to talk about Toys to Life is Dead.
Oh, man.
Explain, John.
This is amazing. So, I say amazing. I'm such a piece of shit for saying that.
Complete opposite of amazing. It's mind-blowing.
Skylanders 2017 was canceled. Rumoredly canceled.
Good.
And the idea is that it wasn't just canceled. It was Activision kind of saying, this is over.
Shit anymore.
Like, this is...
No more toy stuff.
This fad is over. And we're going to take our money and not pursue it any further. I think they saw Disney get out of the business with Infinite, and they were like, if Disney's getting out, Disney knows way better than us.
Yeah.
So it's time to fucking take our money and bounce.
Disney didn't do bad, as far as I know.
No, in fact, they were like really pulling very good profits when they did. That's how like crazy good of analysis they must have, where they can look ahead and be like, oh, we're fucked.
Disney doesn't fuck around.
Like Nintendo,
they have a lot of money for a fucking reason.
Nintendo with the Amiibos will be the last one fucking fiddling around with this bullshit at the end. That's already done.
They're gonna start losing money on that shit.
Yeah,
I'm down. Fuck it. I mean, I like the little Amiibos. I haven't bought any yet, but
you know, like
I just wish I didn't need a fucking Shovel Knight Amiibo to play fucking 2-player.
Yeah, or you could play two. Or it'd be nice if you could play 2-player on like another system.
Yeah, like
but it's not even allowed.
I would totally fucking buy an Amiibo just to get a fucking Steam code so I can play co-op on the fucking Steam version. I would do it. Fuck it, do it, Nintendo. What the fuck you got to lose? Making money? I'll fucking do it.
We happy about Toys of Life dying, bro?
Yeah.
It's me too, man.
You know, because I still like little figurines and stuff like that. I don't really collect them, but I think they're cool.
I don't think I like them for accessing DLC in games.
Yeah, that's why Amiibos are kind of weird too.
Yeah, I really don't like them.
You know,
I like the way they look.
Yeah, you know, I don't mind when they have little things like how Smash did or whatever. Like they had like little other purposes too, but they weren't like locking away gameplay really.
Yeah.
They were their own little thing.
What is it? Twilight Princess has a whole dungeon locked away behind it.
Yeah, but which sucks for later people. It's cool for like the people that bought it because it comes with it, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't.
But
come
later
with it
on,
no
like,
more.
what if you know days where you're buying fucking N64 games and PS2 games? Well, maybe there's gonna be days where you're buying fucking Wii games and Wii U games. And shit.
Yeah.
Probably not, but
no, I mean it'll happen because we still buy Wii games right now.
Yeah.
So.
You know, you want to fucking experience the whole game at the best, and you don't have fucking Wolf Link little amiibo.
It's gonna be like those parts of the game don't even like exist. It's kind of like the e-card shit, the e-card reader shit
for shit. Yeah,
that like
what fucking garbage.
There are those parts of the games that are content, and it's like they just don't exist anymore. Because you're never going to find... I mean, even, maybe you will, but like most likely you're not getting those cards, you know?
We need to go back to the days where like Nintendo was ready and willing to just put shit in a game just to put shit in the game.
Yeah.
Like GameCube Animal Crossing, You can collect like 20 different NES things in there and just fucking
But what's interesting is that's
full on NES games.
That's one of those things that like that had e-reader games in it.
Yeah. Which was crazy. But at the same time, like it still had a lot of like games that were already in it. Like
they'll never do that now with Virtual
Balloon
Console.
Fight or where the fuck I played that so much. I probably played more than actual Animal Crossing.
Balloon Fight was the only one I got in the game.
I love Balloon Fight. I was playing that the other day actually. I was like, oh yeah, okay, this is working a little bit. All of a sudden, I was doing so well, I just couldn't stop. So I got like a good like 400,000 or 500,000 on the scoreboard, and I was like, I might as well keep playing until I fucking die. And then I died, and I was like, what a waste of my fucking time.
Oh Jesus!
Because I realized like it didn't save my high score afterwards anyway. I mean, it does, but like you get the game back up and running, and it's just like, oh no, dog.
Yeah. Nothing
you do matters in this shit. It's like no.
I'm glad the Toys of Life thing's dying, and I hope Nintendo checks out too. Like we haven't heard about anything about it with the Switch yet, and I hope like I assume they're gonna continue it.
Yeah,
but
like how they're gonna do it? Like there's probably gonna be like a weird USB plug-in thing, like a little.
I don't know why they're just gonna have it beneath the screen, bro. Just like the 3DS is.
Ew.
I mean, you just put your amiibo on the screen, then you take it off, and then.
Maybe I just don't like the idea of putting something on the screen.
Oh well, sure, but.
And like, what if it's on the other side of the screen? Then I don't like the idea of putting my screen upside down on the fucking something.
Oh, I'm sure it won't be on the other side. I'm telling you, it's gonna be on the screen, man. It has to be on the screen because you can play without those other little connections. Oh, but then like, how do you use it like when you're playing console mode? I don't know, man. What a piece of shit. Yeah, the fucking Nintendo.
Like I said, like they're gonna just have like a little plug-in pad thing. It's like an accessory.
Yeah,
I still don't mind the idea of them. Just don't. What they do with it is too fucking much.
Well, you say if they have a plug-in pad, that's them admitting defeat on it.
Yeah.
That means they didn't want it to be a main part of their... It's like when Xbox...
They feel obligated to support it because they fucking push themselves into a fucking corner.
Right. It's like when Xbox One stopped having connects with them. You were like, oh, you're done with this shit now finally, huh?
Yeah.
Good. Let's move on, guys.
PlayStation's done with a move.
Yeah. We'll still have it, guys.
PlayStation. Bold move.
Unfortunately, it's not done because now they're attached to the fucking VR shit they sell. That's still not selling good.
Give me a free fucking one of those, Sony.
I'll make a quick comment on that, bro. These little reports came out yesterday that like pretty much spelled the death of VR already.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna undersell this holiday.
Good.
Every single thing except for Gear VR, the one that you just put your cell phone in, which doesn't even count as fucking VR. But all of them are gonna underperform. They're just too expensive, man. They're just too fucking expensive.
Like
for a toy.
That's it. Like it's just I don't know. Why do I want to play some? Like I can get a nice fucking monitor, a little setup.
I could get a nice fucking game console.
Yeah, exactly.
But speaking of which, so Final Fantasy 15 came out. It runs all right. But also has some frame rate problems, some graphical problems here and there.
Yeah, it looks pretty good for me.
It's a new engine, and they obviously had a lot of trouble with it. So
I rarely see the slowdown when I see people play it.
The PlayStation Pro version is fucked up beyond belief. Like it runs worse on PlayStation Pro than it runs on the regular PlayStation 4.
And because that console upscales to 4K, right?
Yes.
And I don't think the game's made for that. Or maybe they fucking made it where it can be.
To be fair,
obviously it can't fucking handle it.
Now, it's like they have to make a version that's PlayStation Pro compatible.
Yeah.
They don't have a choice anymore.
Right, it's just fucking staple. Not even Sony thing, really. But
hey, someone's on Twitch. What's up?
Used to be. Frame rate. Thank you. I knew I wasn't the only one.
Yeah.
What up, Modots? Oh, I know who Modots is. That's Bonilla. What's up, man?
Yeah, man. I hear the frame rate on the PlayStation Pro mode is like a fucking mess, and
we're talking more about the PlayStation Pro console.
But the frame rate in the original version is supposed to have some problems too.
It does drop a little bit.
And then what's oddly enough is that they said Digital Foundry came out and said that the Xbox version runs the best. Oddly enough,
isn't that fucked?
I don't know how they fucked, and that says they fucked up. Somewhere along the way they made a mistake.
But it looked pretty good to me. It didn't look like it was something crazy. Yeah, Nick, you're just like so lucky. Not my Nick, not your Nick.
Twitch Nick,
Instant Kashi. So yeah, I watched him play, and that's the one I was talking about. Like he, and it looks kind of fun. Yeah, I don't really see slowdown on his. Like, if I do, it's not even like really big. It's like, it's probably simultaneously like particles going off, screen turning, and like something, and it doesn't really look like that. The only thing that looks weird about the game to me is like the character runs like fucking Assassin's Creed, so he doesn't turn on a fucking dime.
Yeah,
and it can be kind of obnoxious. Like I'll see him trying to get in a doorway sometimes. It's one of the funniest fucking things
compared
ever.
to the demo they put out.
And I did see a glitch.
The shit runs so much better than it did in the fucking demo.
In the demo, yeah.
The demo was like
the demo did not.
Can
do
we
that
even
shit
do
justice.
15 frames per second?
Yeah, it was just like ugh. And yeah,
Watching
that's why
when
I saw it and I was like, oh, because he went in low expectations, and I already had low expectations. So I watched him play. And I was like, this actually doesn't look too bad. And he customized his car a little bit, going around, fucking playing Final Fantasy musics from the old shit.
You mentioned glitches. I want to say this real quick.
There's only one that I've seen.
Well, I want to mention this real quick. It's totally unrelated to what we're talking about, but I want to put it out since everyone's listening. Yeah. In Pokemon, if you save in a Pokemon Center, sometimes when you reload, you'll be through the fucking floor. And your game, and like your body will be halfway through the floor, and your game's completely fucking ruined. So do not save in the fucking Pokemon Centers if you can help. It doesn't happen all the time. It's not like thing, but
that's game
it has
breaking,
happened to people. It is game breaking. Yes, it is.
That's fucking horrible. So
they need to patch it out. But so until then, don't be saving in Pokemon Centers just in case.
What the fuck, Nintendo? Game Freak, you fucking piece of shit.
But anyway, back to Final Fantasy 15.
Fix that fucking frame rate in doubles.
Oh my god, the fucking frame rate in Pokemon is so fucked up lately. How can Final Fantasy 15 do better than you? That's fucking embarrassing, Pokemon. God damn. God, they got way more shit on screen too.
Yeah, man. But no, 15 looks good, man. Looks fun. Characters have funny ass names. They look like a boy band still.
So my question is though.
A lot of good boy band fun in that game.
My question is though. PlayStation 4 Pro.
You do, Nick.
What?
Other Nick.
What's up?
He has an Xbox One now. You said that before.
Oh yeah, buy Final Fantasy 15 for.
Yeah, well, you know what? Go ahead and get 15 for that, Nick, and let us know.
Let us know how it runs.
If John gets the 15 for the fucking PS4.
Let's be real. I'm not fucking getting it yet.
Okay.
Well, I'll hit it up when it hits $20. I'm sorry, but my question is: Does
get something worthwhile like Sunset Overdrive and Rare Replay, and we'll bring it over to my place and just leave it here.
Does PlayStation 4 Pro deserve to even fucking exist at this point? It's $100 more.
No,
it runs the games worse
because to me, and I always say this, 4K doesn't fucking matter unless, for one, you want a TV that supports that shit. Yeah. Otherwise, it's gonna look like ass. And then the game also has to be made for 4K. If it's just upscaling, it's gonna look like shit. Yeah.
Like a lot of PC games,
it's almost as bad as when you downscale resolution when it was made for a certain. It's just almost just as fucking bad. You're just stretching. It's like stretching a Super Nintendo fucking game to a big ass screen. That's what it's gonna fucking look like, man.
Like when you
it ain't gonna look right.
Like when people do PC games sometimes, and they're 1080p designed that way, and they're like, look, it's running 4K at 120 frames per second. I was like, oh, is it, motherfucker? Yeah. You just fucking fucked yourself. Now it looks like shit. Good job, bro.
Exactly. I don't think any of that shit looks good. You can go, I've seen a little bit higher resolution ones, and it's fine. They don't look bad because it's not upscaling it that
1440
much.
1440 is
yeah, exactly. But once it starts going to 4K, it's that game better already look fucking fantastic.
4K will look great one day.
Yeah, it will.
But it'll be next console generation. At the latest.
I just imagine how tiny that text must fucking be on any game when you fucking upscale that shit.
It's also
gross.
It's last gen, they barely could pull off 720p most of the time. And if you got a 1080p game on PS3 or X, it was like a fucking miracle. Yeah. And now they're already talking
Last of Us do that? It did do that, right?
I think Last of Us did it. Yeah.
And that's why it looked fucking
and Uncharted
fantastic.
might have done it.
I think Metal Gear Solid 4 did it too.
Yeah.
And that's why it looks so good. A lot of those games, those 3 ones, that's why they
But
look
also
so
those have
good.
a huge budget and they can make the good graphics too. But a lot of other games are
Oh, you have Gear 4, Nick? Nice.
A lot of
Hope you like it.
a lot of them are just like
Other Nick, by the way. Both Nicks, you're on here. So,
all Nicks.
Instant Kashi, you're a Nick. And,
Who wants to be Nick 1? Claim Nick 1, and the other one gets
Infinite
Nick
Blade
X.
Works is other Nick. So yeah, first one to claim their
Nick,
right to being Nick.
You can get Nick 1 or you can get Nick X.
To be fair,
Nicks.
one's first name is Nick and the other's last name's Nick. So
Oh, so you think last name Nick matters less?
don't take it like that. Nick X sounds cooler. All right, Nick.
All right, Nick
X. That's my buddy.
I'm gonna need you here, my
Nick
buddy
1,
Nick.
Bitches. So we have Nick X and Nick 1.
Who's Nick 1?
You're Nick. My Nick is Nick X.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So
All right. So Dragon Ball Super
yes.
dub listing came out. I was trying to ask Nick 1 about it, but he was a piece of shit and didn't want to fucking update me. So I had to go through it on my own unknowing anime mind and figure it out. All the dub is the same as it was for Resurrection F, minus Trunks. Trunks is different for some reason, and that could just be story reasons.
To be fair, it's not the same Trunks as Z Trunks, as in the future Z Trunks. Because technically, it's a different timeline.
Sure, but it still has
Why it would make sense? Because he's like, it's still the same DNA,
dude,
and
but it has a different voice actor.
You know, he's got blue hair now, so maybe that, you know.
And if you haven't watched Resurrection F,
what if he's younger than what he would have been, or older?
I mean, I don't know. You know, well, probably people do know because it's been out, but we don't know because we haven't watched it.
It's just a different voice actor.
I think it's just a different voice actor because
that is young Trunks, dumbass. What? Young Trunks? You mean in this future?
Let me explain this shit to you, stupid bitch.
There's like a whole bunch of Trunks. There's future Trunks, and then there's Trunks in Z.
And then there's future Trunks in Super.
And regular
which
Trunks.
is a different future Trunks.
Yeah, it's not the same future Trunks. It's the ultimate timeline entirely.
And to be clear, even young Trunks voice actor from Z is not the fucking same voice actor as the new one. Yeah. So that means there's not the same voice actor at all who's ever played Trunks.
Trunks fucked up the timeline and Bulma cheated on Vegeta. There it is.
Oh, but if you haven't watched Resurrection F, which I haven't, I'm not even there yet, but the voice actors did change between Z and Resurrection F and Battle of the Gods. So like outside of Goku, like Vegeta's a different voice actor, Bulma's a different voice actor. So don't get caught thinking it's the same exact shit from Z. It's the same shit from Resurrection F, from the reboot of the.
And you haven't heard them? I've only heard Super in the Japanese shit.
How do they sound, Nick 1? How do they sound, man? Do they sound good in Resurrection F, or they sound like shit, or what? Like, I haven't heard any complaints about Resurrection F, so I gotta assume this is not. They got the cast that Funimation has cast for these roles from now on,
He says Vegeta has the same voice actor.
That's not what I read, man.
So maybe it is different from Resurrection F, or
no. Okay, so Resurrection F has the same voice actor as Super, but Resurrection F in general has a different voice actor than Z.
For Vegeta,
that's what I saw.
Vegeta. Fuck it. Super sucks anyway, so who cares?
Does it? We can't even say that yet. We haven't watched it, man.
I watched a little bit of it. I think it's stupid.
How much did you watch of it though? One episode? Come on.
But I just don't care for the God shit, which is also Resurrection F, and I don't care about fucking doing stupid time. I don't care about Black Goku.
There's nowhere else to go. They've already conquered the whole Earth timeline.
The only way to go is backwards.
Oh, dude, I think
I can't do the blue hair. I can't either. It's weird. Well, it makes honestly, if he started with blue hair, he would have made a lot more sense because Bulma has fucking blue hair, but he didn't. So now it just looks fucking weird that he has blue hair to me. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just fucking weird. Like, why did you change it? Maybe he dyed it. Maybe he just didn't want to be purple haired Trunks anymore.
Yeah, that's the way I try to make myself feel better.
Maybe Goten beat his ass too many times.
That's how I feel.
Actually, you know what? I think Trunks won a lot more than Goten. I don't know.
I think that's how I make myself feel better about it. Trunks dyed his hair because he didn't want to be blue hair.
Got made fun of in school for his purple hair, and he's like, I'm gonna be the cool guy. And he made blue hair. He got made fun of again. He's like, you know what? There's no point in changing anymore. So he just settled.
Maybe in Super he's a fucking nerd and didn't get to dye his hair gray. Maybe that's what's going on.
Yeah, I just why not just fucking start over, man? Make another Dragon Ball.
I don't know. Fuck that. Dragon Ball's good.
It is good.
Just let it be. Stop remaking shit.
They already fucked everything up.
Stop remaking. First of all, the creator of Dragon Ball was out of goddamn control. He's been out of goddamn control since Z started because he stopped giving a fuck.
Yeah.
He's a fucking excitable man, and he
turquoise hair.
He would just do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
So I do not want him to go back and start
fucking it all
up.
Fucking plot holes everywhere and shit. All right, let's stop talking about Dragon Ball Super, man. It's dumb. You know, we've only been talking for like an hour and 20 minutes, so we're still pretty good on time.
All right, So this is the wrench in the fucking plan. This is the shit that changed everything last night.
Do you want to announce the Game Awards?
The Game Awards, yeah. I'll announce.
If no one's seen them or anything, go ahead and watch the video. But we're gonna tell you anyway what the fuck's up.
Yeah.
Say Game of the Year last.
Okay.
So
the Game Awards happened last night. Jeff Keighley, Doritos Pope, who is the voice of gaming now. He puts on the show every year. It's the third year he's done
Nick says voice actor is same Vegeta as always. He said he just looked at the actor cast.
We'll fucking fight about it, Nick.
Big dudes fighting. All right, go ahead.
But happened. So I'm gonna go through all of them. So best direction.
Also, if you haven't seen it, go ahead and post what you think Game of the Year is. But if you have, don't spoil it.
Post what you think Game of the Year is. What you think won best fucking Game of the Year. Go for it. So I'm going to go through the rest of them. Best direction is Blizzard, the company, for Overwatch. Okay, cool. I mean, that was a pretty much genre-changing type of thing. Yeah.
Paladins came out first.
Oh?
But, I think it became public to play first.
I mean, to be fair, who announced the game?
They probably wouldn't have fucking thought of doing it.
If Overwatch wasn't announced.
A thing.
Yeah.
And Overwatch isn't even the first hero shooter anyway. Like, we discussed this before. Like, Plants vs. Zombies was pretty much the fucking first hero shooter, right? Garden Warfare or whatever. Maybe not the first, but it was like...
The only difference is...
Team Fortress 2 is a fucking hero shooter.
No, because those...
In a way.
The difference is the
probably gay-ass Fallout.
The introduction of new champions. That's what changes it. Because Overwatch will be a continuing thing forever.
So it goes more of that, like, MOBA feel where like it's constantly updated.
It's Team Fortress 2. If Team Fortress 2 kept...
If it was a competitive MLG-like thing, whatever, fucking... It was a... I don't know what the fuck.
It's like a squad shooter mixed with a card game where you have to keep buying fucking cards to be competitive. I mean, that's really...
AKA hats.
Yeah. Well,
you ain't got the hat, you ain't got the fucking...
You ain't got shit. Best narrative went to Uncharted 4.
What do you think about that? Like, Uncharted... I've heard Uncharted stories are kind of cool, but how fucking cool could they be to
I've never played an Uncharted story with a cool story.
Best narrative. Best narrative?
Who the fuck?
Best narrative to me, even though they didn't come out this year, would be something like Bastion or something. Something that's actually fucking narrated. How about fucking that?
Inside, So here's the thing.
You played Uncharted 4, Nick? I love all of them. But do you think it's worthy of best narrative? Let me know. Let me know if you think of that.
To me, it's like Sony fucking...
came in with Ares thinks it's Overwatch Game of the Year. So we'll see. We'll find out, Ares, man. I'm gonna let you know.
To me, it's like Sony came with a blank check to the Game Awards,
No.
And they were like, "Hey, get Uncharted on there," and someone else had a bigger check.
I think like Transistor is the best it is. Narrative, like what game? Like hell, even Dark Souls 3 narrative. Like it doesn't tell you too much. But in itself, a lot of the stories is built into like items and like looking at stuff, and it's kind of neat.
You want to know what's interesting? Dark Souls 3
isn't on this list.
Isn't on this fucking list
at all, which is kind of crazy.
At all. Spoilers: if you were picking it for Game of the Year, it's not even nominated for Game of the Year. That's how fucking weird things are. Let's move on. Best art direction: Inside. Okay.
Now what's Inside again?
It's the Limbo people. The other game they made.
Inside.
Do you not know what Limbo is?
No, I know what Limbo is. Is Inside, you're like another kid and you're running around.
Yep, and shit. It's a 2D game. You're running from left to right.
Weird.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil it. Like stuff happens at the end. It's kind of weird and kind of cool.
To me, like, worth it.
art direction though.
That's like how a game looks and like the setting, like and not just like how it looks, but how like it feels.
Like that, if it fits the genre or not, like kind of
like if it makes an impact on you from
just
visual
looking
standpoint.
at it. Yeah, okay. So I think it's still a little. I don't know what else I would pick.
I think it's a pretty good choice for that, but that's that.
It is interesting.
Music and sound design was won by Doom. Now here's some sketchy shit. We got some comments rolling into.
Yeah,
I've
watched a playthrough and it's interesting. Yeah, it is.
Here's some sketchy shit about Doom, right? Doom had a fucking concert at the Game Awards. Like, they had a Doom concert where they played Doom music, which is kick-ass, right? Because Doom has some good music.
I mean, maybe...
And it won music and sound
design. What if they already knew they won? Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things, like, that they already knew they won.
They were just so far ahead in votes that...
So maybe, maybe... They just said, fuck it. We're going to do it anyway.
To me, it's like, we scheduled them.
Doom has the Killer Instinct music guy. Oh, and it's... Oh, he was season 1 and season 2. Mike Gordon? Fuck.
To me,
Nick, what is it? You let me know.
It's either like
Mick.
It's either like it won. It was so clear that it blew everything out of the water this year that it was gonna win. Or
I played Oldie's copy of it, and that has some Mick Gordon. Okay, yeah.
Or they scheduled it, and then they were like, well, here's the award too, since you're here, bitch.
They awarded it while like a fucking drum solo is going. I mean,
they awarded it like right after or before the concert. He just
grabs like the little trophy or whatever the fuck, and starts beating the drums with it. Still, throws it to the crowd. Fuck this shit.
Let's just get Games for Impact, which is like,
I don't know what these are.
Games for Impact is like,
I get it. It's like that's the most impactful thing. Like it.
Yeah, it speaks for
something
itself.
to like remember. Or something.
Is That Dragon Cancer? And if you don't know what that game is, Markiplier did a
that's one whole name. That Dragon, space.
Cancer, yeah.
Cancer. I thought it was like two different things.
It's like this really fucking...
Does Alex even show up to anything anymore? You know?
I mean, it's just like...
I guess he's a busy man.
And we're also busy, so like, we fucking last minute everything and forget to get everyone prepped for shit. Yeah.
Once it gets a little more organized, maybe, you know.
But That Dragon Cancer is like a really fucking emotional
His acceptance
game.
speech was touching. Oh, you mean Markipliers for that one thing or whatever? Is that what you're talking about, Aries?
Markiplier? No.
No, I meant like he said something about acceptance speech, or is that for this game? Games for Impact. Do they do that?
Oh yeah, they do, but I didn't watch any of them. But that.
Oh yeah, my bad, Aries. So it's for That Dragon Cancer. So we're gonna have to watch that.
I've seen a lot of it, but because Markiplier did a video, but like he did a video where he turned off monetization and also like. It's an hour long, so I didn't watch it all, and I feel bad about that.
Yeah,
but that
Aries
game,
says like the guy that made it, that accepted the award, had a really good speech for it.
The game was hard hitting, man. It was fucking to your soul.
So we're gonna have to see.
Best mobile game, Pokemon Go. Sure, it was the most popular thing this year.
Fucking shit.
Best action game goes to Doom. Makes sense to me. Okay. Know. Action adventure goes Dishonored 2. Okay.
That's crazy to me because. Dishonored 2 for like the computer was a shit port.
Yeah, but
and even then, like the consoles were buggy.
Yeah,
like it was a buggy fucking mess.
You know, the game just came out.
Because I have a buddy that works on those games, like that. You know, who owns all of them, and he can't really tell too much stuff. But after the game's out, you know, he talks a little bit about it. But yeah, he was just like, "Don't fucking get it, man. Don't fucking get it for PC. Just don't." You know, I agree with him, man. Just don't fucking do it.
Well, like, you know what that's about. The game just came out. Bethesda had one check to fucking put in. They couldn't beat out the big dogs.
You gotta get that console one going. And that's probably the right fucking choice.
I'm actually pretty sure that Dishonored 2 was also in the running for Game of the Year as well. So
wow.
So fuck me.
That's crazy.
Did it win?
Maybe.
Best RPG went to Witcher 3. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's not surprising. Yeah. Okay, so Adam did say wait till it's fixed.
There was like Xenoblade Chronicles X was up there, and a few other Western RPGs were up there, but it was like clear Witcher 3 was sweep it.
Super popular at, you know, and all the fucking expansions. People don't even call them fucking DLCs. They call them fucking expansions because they're like almost whole games in themselves.
Yeah.
They said like, you know, CD Projekt Red is just a good fucking company.
Yeah.
They're fucking DRM free. They fucking support a lot of good shit about gaming that used to be fucking good. You know, you may not even like the game, maybe, but for what it fucking stands for is fucking important.
I love the company. I can't see. I've never played a Witcher game, because it's daunting. It's
like
like
kind of shit. But
that's what Alex was telling me. But it's daunting to get into a 3-part series anyway.
Chronicles X is fantastic. Yeah, that game's huge looking. I want to play it sometime.
But Cyberpunk, they're working on that now, and I can't that's my first foray into what they are all about, and I can't wait for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Best fighting game, Street Fighter V. What the fuck else even came out? King of Fighters, you didn't stand a chance.
King of Fighters, it's a little late, and it's King of Fighters has never really been big in America.
Yeah,
that big. It's always this weird Brazilian loves that shit. Brazilians fucking love it. Fucking a lot of those kind of countries, South America, fucking loves King of Fighters. Also, they pump it up instead of, DDR. They like a lot of weird variations of stuff.
They like Sega Genesis.
They like fucking Sega Genesis. We're fucking Super Nintendo guys. You better fucking say you're Super Nintendo guys.
I mean, America's not Super Nintendo guy.
You go to fucking South America.
America definitely sold more Sega Genesis than Super Nintendo.
Yeah, that's sad.
So what?
Yeah, the books would help.
Did any other fighting games even come out this year that you can think about?
There's a few anime fighters.
They weren't going to stand a chance.
Pretty sure Xrd came out this year.
Right. No.
Xrd, right? Or was it last year?
No.
You sure?
The new Xrd came out this year.
Revelator came out this year.
Which,
okay.
Isn't a new game per se. So,
yeah.
That wasn't going to win.
I think Melty Blood's new game came out. Stop the Console Hate, Zach. I'm going to need you to spell my name right for once, Nick, okay? You're going to have to... Xenoverse 2, but it was too recent, I think, yeah. I don't know.
Xenoverse, it wasn't even nominated.
The thing about the Xenoverse game that I always hear about is it's not much different than the fucking first one. It's an improvement if you don't have the first one, but if you do have the first one, you see a lot more copy paste shit than you do anything actually new, which is kind of crazy to me.
All right.
But that's how a lot of them are. So if you're a fan of that kind of fighting game and buy it, enjoy it. Those are fun. It's just sometimes you want a little bit more stuff. No Pokken. No Pokken, man.
I think it was actually up there.
Pokken, maybe.
It was pretty
fucking hyped when it came out.
A new character just got announced. I don't even know.
Pokken?
Yeah, bro. They're still
people
going.
Still play that shit.
I forget who it was, but a new character just got announced.
Yeah.
I want to say a Sceptile. Was Sceptile already in there?
I don't think Sceptile.
I think it was Sceptile, but don't quote me on that. Right. I don't remember. Best strategy game, Civ 5. Okay, probably I heard it redeemed itself.
You mean Civ 6?
You're right, Civ 6. Civ 5 people Civ 5 people shitted on, right? So
yeah. So I didn't really hear too good the things of Civ 6 when it first came out.
I've heard
a lot of people were weird about it. But then I guess people started liking it or some shit.
I think it's just
or maybe the outcry of it was the few that disliked it and the people that liked it.
It's also important to note that people voted on these. So when you go through the list and you're
there's a lot of people out there that actually like all these games that we fucking said. It's not just who the fuck voted for that. A lot of people. You know, this is pretty much just
it's
people.
Not that Civ 6, is better than other games. It's that it was more well known.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Sky 5 should be the best strat game. I'm down.
Best family game, Pokemon Go. Okay, you get to walk around with your family. That's cool.
Yeah. We already discussed Resident Evil 7 strategic gamer. We talked about pretty much if there's gonna be zombies in it. We already know there's gonna be a few little monsters and there's puzzles and a lot of cool shit. So we look forward to it. But that's all we have to say about it right now.
Yeah.
All right, back to.
Best multiplayer game, Overwatch.
Overwatch.
Of course. What was it going against? Pretty much Street Fighter V,
Yeah.
Most anticipated game, Zelda Breath of the Wild. I don't think anyone can argue with that, except for me when I'm talking about Last Guardian. But
see, I think Breath of the Wild looks fucking fantastic.
I do. I think
especially
it's great.
Looking at that the game show little thing.
Yeah.
That you were right. They did a weird Let's Play thing where they do the Treehouse people.
So Game of the Year was won by Overwatch.
Fucking surprise.
Dark Souls 3, not even fucking nominated.
Yeah.
Uncharted 4 was nominated. Dishonored was nominated.
Overwatch is a super big thing, new to the fucking scene, and a lot of people play it. There's been world tournaments. Blizzard's handling the game very well. It's sold fucking great. Blizzard makes some fucking bank on this shit.
It's just hard to call something. I don't know.
It's successful. Like
it really is successful, but it's hard for me to swallow it being taking a Game of the Year award
because it's what it is.
Yeah,
it's because like the competitive scene of games are like they haven't really been big, like big for a while. Like not like speaking for all the people that play fucking games, like for everybody. It's still like a portion of the fucking gaming community, but now like it's starting to get so big and people love watching tournaments. Mm-hmm. I think it's because Blizzard fucking just handled it really well and marketed it really well.
Right.
They did a lot. They went out of their way because they do try to handle their games well. If you don't end up liking them, you don't like them, man. Like they tried at least. At least you can tell like there's certain efforts that they put in. Maybe they make wrong fucking decisions, but at the very most they try to like. For the better of that community, for that game.
Well, I'm not going to say the better community. I'm going to say the better of every single person possible.
Yeah. That's not just the hardcore.
That's their entire goal because
that's why like World of Warcraft has been very,
Something happened on the YouTube one?
I still never watched competitive gaming. It's one of those things like you either like it or you don't. I think it's interesting when you like, if you play the game, it's kind of interesting to see like, what do they do different than I do different? What makes them successful? And it's kind of cool to watch certain things like that. And then it's kind of cool just seeing like really good players fight against each other. And you're like, damn.
I watch a lot of Pokemon. Like a shit ton of Pokemon.
Yeah, and you see like strategies in that where it's just fun. Like
because I enjoy playing. Because I enjoy Pokemon.
When little fucking Pachirisu came out, fucking nuzzling everybody and taking fucking Draco meteors to the fucking face.
That was my eye opener, bro.
That shit's fucking. Intense.
Amazing. That's when I first decided I want to fucking.
You see the little comic on that or whatever. It has like what is it, Gardevoir? It has like two dragons side by side or some shit like that, and one does the Draco meteor, and then it just fucking like puts a finger up Pachirisu and stops the Draco meteor in the comic, and then they just look sweaty as fuck looking at that little bastard. It's like, oh god.
I just remember watching it live and like when I knew I didn't know what was going on, really. And then when Pachirisu got thrown out and the crowd just fucking
went ape shit.
And I went ape shit. Yeah. I was like, fucking Pachirisu, what the fuck? And then, like, it was a huge, like, success for its team. And, like, I just love it. But so I see why it's big. But
competitive gaming, it's, I think the biggest hit or miss, and my buddy Nick can agree, commentating. A lot of commentators fucking suck. They're awkward, cringy, or just like, it's just weird. Some games handle it well. A lot of the fighting community is like very big hit or miss. Like sometimes they won't be talking about anything relevant, or sometimes they'll be like, oh man, why don't you do this or this? I'm like, bro, you're not the fucking pro here. All right. You don't know what it's like being in their fucking shoes. You try to fucking beat them at that. It's a lot of stuff like that, or it's like they don't commentate on it well, or sometimes they won't even be professional, and it fucking upsets me. It's
I think it has a lot to do with like, because Pokemon doesn't do that. Pokemon has because they have to be kid friendly, so like they're very like, we'll fucking murder you if you fuck up on commentary.
Yeah,
but like the community that plays League of Legends and Overwatch, they're the Twitch community, which is like already a fucking
It's usually like whoever's fucking popular in that fucking thing is gonna be commentators, and sometimes it's good.
A lot of times it's not
fucking good.
But to me, okay, so the idea that being Game of the Year bothers me, and it doesn't really matter, because there's a million Game of the Year awards. This is just one of them that's big. Yeah. But, like, it bothers me because Overwatch won't be shit one day. Like, it won't exist.
Yeah.
And it's hard, like, when you look back at Oscar-nominated movies and shit, or ones that won Oscars, you're like, oh, man, I would love to go back and watch the old movies that, like, were amazing then. Like, one day you won't be able to go back and play Overwatch. It'll be a thing that never existed. So when you call it Game of the Year, it's fleeting, and
you feel like it should be something more like
something with more staying power.
Yeah,
which is weird to say because like Overwatch
it'll probably be around for a long time.
Overwatch will be
hangs the fuck on to IPs.
It'll be more relevant than all of the games on the list all on the whole list. But
it just surprised you it's that kind of game.
Yeah, that game will be dead in 15 years, 20
years. So technically these, you can always go back to play these games. They might not have the community behind it, but you can still go back.
You can always go back and play
Overwatch
Final Fantasy
is a
VI,
thriving, very big community, sometimes toxic, and you know what it but is? It's gonna die out eventually, be replaced by something, or
it's trending is
maybe
what it
a
is,
second
and
game.
that's like a problem. It's hot right now, and I'm scared that like it won't be hot one day, and I don't know. People just look back and not be able to experience those things. So like we put it on a pedestal, but the pedestal won't even be there one day.
I still treat it as like, how many hours am I gonna put into playing the game? And I put in a lot of hours playing fucking Overwatch, so I got my money's worth.
I feel you, but like even like the games where I put the most out, like Rocket League and things like that, and Pokemon, but like those games aren't as good as the best
you've played
15-hour experiences I've played.
Yeah. I feel you.
But I know why Overwatch won, because people voted and there's a big community,
It's Overwatch is a great side game. While like you play on the side while you're playing other main games, you always have that as your backup until you don't.
Potato chips on the side.
Fair Team Fortress still has to be. Yeah, Team Fortress does have a fucking big community, so you never know. It just depends how Blizzard keeps treating it. And it probably will stay because, like I said, fucking Blizzard hangs on their fucking IPs. For God's sakes, they put fucking Lost Vikings into fucking Heroes of the Storm.
You know what I think?
Like their original game, pretty much. No, not original game, my bad. But
the moment Steam goes dead is the moment that Team Fortress 2 is dead. And I know that's
probably never going to happen. I hope it fucking doesn't happen.
That's a scary thing to talk about, right?
I never even thought about that.
But man. I think the reality has to set in that your company's not as big as you think they are. Like, Ubisoft is fucking huge, and they're about to be dead.
Yeah.
Like, they're about to get bought out and fucking repurposed and be gone. And that's the thing that's going to happen. And that's the thing that can happen so fast, especially with the growing, like, China having such a huge movement in the stock market.
Valve's doing pretty good. Yeah, Valve is doing good. But he's just saying, like, you never know.
You never know.
It's one of those things, like, if it does happen, just imagine all the fucking games you have with them, and you could just never...
It could happen so suddenly. That's the scary part, is, like, as well as they're doing... They could be doing the best. Someone's doing way better than them.
Someone
and has
buy
billions and billions of
dollars.
That's
what happens to companies, man.
Like what if Tencent from China just comes and says, well, we would like Steam platforms in China. We could buy them, and then they could be a part of it, and we'll still run it in America. But, like, it changes everything, and, like, everything's different. And
all of a sudden, scary. Like... fucking the Steam application is a freemium game in itself.
Or
it's like, oh god, no.
Just saying, the Steam. You
can only download one game every 24 hours.
Steam will die eventually. That's the thing. Like, it will die. It's like impossible for it not to die. It's just how long will it last? Especially like because technology, the way it moves, is like it's terrifying sometimes. Like how fast it could move and.
Well, Steam's been around for a long time, though, so hopefully it just stays.
How long is a long time?
As long as it lasts until I die. That's all I fucking
I don't foresee that happening at all.
You better fucking live forever, Gavin.
I give it 20 years max.
Piece of shit. All right.
So let's talk about what else happened at the Game Awards. So
they had a bunch of game reveals.
So fuck all the awards. No one watches it for that shit. They watch it for the game reveals.
Yeah, and they're pretty good.
So I'm gonna go through the list. And we'll make some quick comments on each one, or maybe not comments at all. It depends on what they are.
Some will be pretty fast. Some will be
take a while.
Yeah.
Bulletstorm Full Clip is a HD version of Bulletstorm. Cool, and you can play as Duke Nukem through the whole game if you pre-order it.
Remember when THQ was gone? Yeah, man.
Yeah, and THQ was fucking huge.
Rough fucking times. Guardians by Telltale. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Remember when Acclaim fucking was a deal?
And Acclaim, yeah. So
anyway. So
me and my buddy Nick, we played this game a lot, actually.
And you like it? You talk about it a lot.
It's fun as shit. I'm sure you remember Nick. So remember whipping dudes, kicking them in the air, shotgunning them, kicking them into fucking spikes and shit. It was fun.
Imagine being that as Duke Nukem.
Yeah, so like you could play as Duke Nukem like through the whole campaign. And I guess it's voice lined and everything. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
New voice acting for it and everything.
But I'm down for an HD one. Please make it like $20.
30
at the fucking most, but 20 is the best.
I will give you 40 because all the other HD versions came out 40.
Yeah.
And I'll say this:
Bulletstorm.
If you own Bulletstorm,
it was for Xbox
Steam,
360.
If you own it on Steam, you should fucking have it for free, just like all the other HD coming out.
That'd be awesome. All right, next one. This is a big one.
Death Stranding.
Yeah.
So the Death Stranding trailer, if you haven't seen it, you should probably watch it. It's
It opens up and
Kojima's new game.
It's fantastic looking.
Who's the first person we see, Zach?
The first person you see is Del Toro, like from the get-go. The guy says he would not be involved with any fucking game developers anymore. Well, fucking guess what? They're fucking buddies.
Kojima's not a game developer, he's a god.
And I want you, John, tell everybody what was tweeted by Del Toro himself.
Del Toro retweeted the presentation of Death Stranding at the Game Awards and posted,
and we quote,
fuck Konami.
All caps. All fucking caps. Fuck Konami.
What a bad motherfucker.
Like, goddamn. They are on the fucking warpath. They're like, fuck your fucking stupid ass pachinko machines, man. Fuck Konami. All one word. You're right.
The trailer is out of control. There's fucking...
Yeah, so it starts out, Del Toro has like this little vial with like a little baby in it. You know, like
some
almost
type
like
of
weird
future technology
fetus baby. Like it's like that weird in between. And he goes and he's
following
hiding.
This baby doll that's like...
So and then there's like he's near a bridge, and like above the bridge there's fucking soldiers going across. There's some tanks. The tank has some weird squid shit coming off of it that looks like the stuff from the first trailer.
Some things to mention is that the baby doll also like closed one of its eyes and left the other one open, and that seems minor, but they didn't do that for no reason.
Yeah. And
it makes me wonder, like, is that like maybe they're trying to like give a like what up to fucking Big Boss, or they're just like maybe it means something more. Maybe it's fucking Morse code.
You never
Fuck.
know. So it's going down this little sewage river shit below the bridge, right? So if y'all haven't seen this, we're gonna describe it still. So it goes, and then you see this dude with some soldiers in front of him. Looks like he's commanding it. He's some big dude. And so that actor, Mads Mikkelsen, right? That's his name.
He's a big actor. We just don't know. Casino
Hannibal.
Royale. He played Hannibal for the television show, I believe.
He did a few other things. And by the way, the facial recognition, this is fucking out of control. The first trailer was great. This one, I think it looks even fucking better.
But the new actor like had all these soldiers with him who looked like regular soldiers, but they were just a little off. They were a little fucked up and weird looking.
So, and he kind of sends them out. And what happens is like these wires come off of him. And you're like, well, what the fuck? But the wires kind of go up to where his fucking stomach is.
Kind of looks like an umbilical cord.
All of them.
For these soldiers.
And that kind of throws back to, what's his name from the first trailer? Norman Reedus and the baby he was holding. Like as if he was the father of it. Like he birthed this fucking baby. You know, there's gonna be some weird shit in this game.
Del Toro's there. Like Kojima was enough, but with Del Toro there, Pan's Labyrinth Man, the fucking Orphanage, fucking
Doctor Strange as well. He was in that. You're right.
Oh man, see, like, so Kojima. Yeah. Kojima's such a big deal. He can talk to anyone anywhere and say, "Hey, we're making a video." It's not like other people were like, "Hey guys, we're making a video game. You want to be a part of it?" He's like,
he walks in the room and that person's already fucking undoing his pants for him.
They're already
he has some power.
Aware of who Kojima is, and they're already like, I want to be a part of whatever you're doing. He has a presence and it's fucking command. Someone who said, I'll never work on video games again. They never work out. They're always fucked. And he said...
It ain't just anybody.
Now, granted, Del Toro isn't officially a part of the project. He wasn't on any of the nameplates at the end of the trailer. But if he's in the fucking trailer, he's in the trailer.
Sony footed the bill, man, to get that fucking exclusive. It's a fucking power play, if anything.
Like, it's amazing.
It's probably one of the biggest power plays in a long fucking time.
It's a poor play for Konami, and they'll regret it eventually.
Like, I think it's, the last big power play I remember is like Bloodborne. And that wasn't like big, but that was big enough to where it's like...
Ooh, what was the last like really big one?
That was really good for PS4.
When Microsoft came out on E3, had a boring ass presentation. No, there was one after that, but I'll talk about that. And then at the end they left, and then they came back on stage and they were like, "Oh, by the way, we have Final Fantasy 13 on Xbox 360," and everyone was like, "Holy fuck!"
Yeah, too bad the game's kind of fucking sucked. But
and then also when PS4 did
Sony get Mass Effect eventually too? Like originally wasn't it Xbox or some shit?
They got it with the trilogy, but it was less of a big deal. But that was like years later.
Give me like 1 second, dude.
Okay.
I got this so
I understand. Oh, go ahead and keep talking about it. But yeah, the power play that Sony made back when Xbox One was announced, and they had Xbox One had that really shitty marketing thing where they were like, not gonna allow you to buy used games, and then Sony came out and we're like, fuck you, used games all the way, and we're gonna support all this not online shit, and just totally like that was a power play too. That was like one of the last big power plays I remember. But yeah, the definite like getting Kojima is fucking huge, and the trailer looked fucking incredible. Like it's at this point I still have no idea what's going on. There's still like a 10% of my body that believes this might be Silent Hill still, which sounds fucking crazy, but Kojima's had some of the craziest marketing schemes in the entire industry, so it could happen, you know? Do you think it's Silent Hills? I don't know, but I think it's I don't even know like what type of game it could be. If it's gonna be like a shooter type game, is it gonna be a horror game? It kind of like gives horror vibes, but there's people with guns and there's tanks and things like that, which seems to imply that there's more action going on. I'm not really sure. What do you think, bro? How much percentage of in your heart is this Silent Hills?
Silent Hills?
Do you think there's a possibility that this is all a fucking really elaborate marketing scheme?
Oh, Rise of the Tomb Raider was on Xbone for a while. That was a power play.
Them getting on Xbone for
that even it's just a time exclusive, but it was enough to where people like
were upset.
You know,
They didn't buy an Xbox One but they were upset
because the first game had such a big impact. Like
you know, I was upset.
Yeah,
I wanted it.
Yeah, you know, it could be. I don't know if it's, you know, next Silent Hills, but it's almost like a weird mixture of like what possibly could be like Metal Gear Solid and what sounded like a weird horror creepy thing. But I still think
it's like something we've never seen before.
There's gonna be something to do with that whole fucking umbilical cord thing. I'm pretty sure it's either gonna be either game mechanic or something. It's got to there's no reason why he didn't just show it off for nothing.
What do you think? The guy in the trailer, the recent trailer we saw at the end, Mads McKillen or whatever, he's a bad guy. Do you agree?
Yeah, he's...
Norman Reedus is a good guy. You agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, that's the thing about it. Like, they're really good at portraying, like, who's good or who's bad or who's fucking questionable.
I'll say this.
Questionable too.
I think Norman Reedus might have been questionable to me.
You think so?
Yes, because...
Well,
he looked so like he was crying, and then like once the baby was gone, his look kind of changed, and like he was kind of aware of what was going on, and I didn't like it.
You think he was big bossing it up?
Also, I want to know what the title means. I want to know what the stranding means, because stranding is like when all the beach whales are on the fucking thing, which they were. Yeah. But what is that fucking talking about?
I don't know. It's crazy, man. So next on the list, and this is really short. Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale.
Wow.
So that was fantastic. And they probably did it right because they probably didn't have much ready, but they probably just got the go to do it, you know. And it was cool. I was like, well, what the fuck is this? I see some space. I hear some funky, nice little music, and I'm like, this sounds like Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, so it goes, and it just shows his little Walkman floating in space, and then they just show the title.
And you're like, cool.
You know, that was cool. And it was impactful. You know,
it's like, it's just that, hey, we're making it. If you like our other games, you'll like this one.
Yeah, and it's like, that's fucking awesome because I like Guardians of the Galaxy. I like the movie.
Which is a Marvel franchise. Yeah. And they just made Batman. So, like, it's clear that they, like,
I don't give a
so
fuck.
respected that, like...
Yeah.
Which, you know, they're, like, at the top of their genre, kind of. As far as making those, like...
I would love another one of those.
I would, too. Or even a continuing story if they make Borderlands 3. But I'd really rather just have Tales of Borderlands because I don't want to buy Borderlands 3.
Tales from the Borderlands is just a fucking masterpiece. If you all haven't played it...
And what's crazy...
I think it's the best Telltale game.
I don't know about that.
I think
to me, that's the thing. Like, it's a masterpiece. And
Back to the Future is pretty fucking
Back to the Future is so fucking good.
That one's so fucking good.
And I still believe the Walking Dead 2 is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Wolf Among Us is so fucking. It's hard to fucking talk about it. You know which one's the worst? Jurassic Park, but that's.
Yeah, Nick just said, looking forward to Wolf Among Us 2. Nick 1 did say it. Not Nick X.
What's sad about Wolf Among Us 2 is they were like, we're gonna make it, and they were like, well, whenever we get done with Walking Dead 3, and now it's like, now you're making this. When the fuck is Wolf Among Us 2? Is it just not coming out because it ended on
The Walking Dead 1 hurt me. Yeah.
Walking Dead 1 hurt me. Walking Dead 2 hurt. If you haven't played,
he hasn't played it
get
yet.
Ready,
I haven't watched him yet.
Get ready to fucking get hurt worse.
Oh.
Nick 1, if you're still here, bro.
No, Nick X said this.
But I'm just saying, Nick 1, if you're still here, that shit hurt, didn't it, bro? That shit hurt us so bad.
No spoilers, because that's a...
Don't spoil it.
Don't ever spoil a Telltale game. Yeah. That's all the fucking game has.
Bro, I'm talking like... There was a point where like, I was like, I can't fucking believe you did this shit to me right now. It's not even about characters dying, because you know characters die. It was just like, just me thinking about it is fucking making me want to cry right now. It was fucked up.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. And I knew what they were doing. I did not fucking like it. And for a moment, it like tricked me into thinking they weren't doing what they were doing. And I fucking got...
happened.
Oh. Play Walking Dead 2 tomorrow. Fuck everything. Just fuck whatever you're doing tomorrow. Play Walking Dead 2.
Next game on the list, John.
What?
Next game on the list.
Oh. Dauntless. They show fucking Dauntless off.
So Dauntless didn't have any gameplay shown.
But they acted like it was a big fucking deal.
Yeah. So
it said free to play co-op
action RPG. So to me, it looked a lot like Torchlight art style.
Graphic style looked aight.
You know, and that's all you can really tell from the fucking situation is that like it looks like maybe 4-player co-op, maybe.
I'll say,
you know, and the art style looks like fucking Torchlight. They were gonna fight a monster. They have different kind of weapons.
Here's my Dauntless. Try again. You
know.
Can't be free to play and not show me the gameplay. You know. Like,
I know the exact part you're talking about. Oh God,
Nick, is that Nick 1 saying that? Yeah, man, that was fucked up. Anyway, so Dauntless, fuck you, go fuck yourself.
This is not something that you just fucking let a trailer at the fucking Game Awards.
Yeah,
you better have some fucking gameplay. You're not as big as fucking Telltale. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
Telltale can get away with it. You can't.
Next is Prey. Prey finally got like a really good gameplay trailer.
So your first thoughts.
When I first watched it, I was not impressed.
But then we watched it together,
and I was kind of impressed.
Yeah, so it's like you just look at it, look at all the little things. So, Prey's like combat looks like a normal kind of shooter, and I don't think that's what the cool thing is about it. But
he had some nifty like spirit gadgets, I would say.
Yeah, like all the little cool gadget stuff he has
like,
in it.
Turn into a fucking cup.
Oh yeah, you turn into a fucking cup. Like there's like this materializer thing.
Yeah.
And he turned himself into what he aimed at and shot. So he turned into a little cup, got in this little fucking crevice,
and then
came out, and then boop.
He was in the
normal,
office.
and he was in this office that was locked. It was pretty cool.
There was also a gun that shot black goopy goop.
Yeah, goopy goop.
Which could create like steps for you
Spray
up to
the
new
hot
areas.
foam all over the walls. Yeah, and you can climb on it and reach different areas, which they're probably going to be very strict about a lot of closed off walls and stuff like that. So there's probably going to be like little parts where you run into a room, you're like, well, what the fuck? There's no way out. And you'll look up and you're like, oh, okay, there's like a crack or a fucking hole in that window or some fucking shit. It's broken. Goop your way on up, buddy.
But if it's not like that, if it's more...
You know, there could be other ways to use it. Maybe like you can...
Maybe it'd be good.
Maybe you can goop a little fucking ledge and then you can fucking shoot at monsters from it or some shit. You know, they have little grenades that are like black holes and fucking.
I'd also like to
suck stuff in and explode. Cool.
I'd like to know what kind of game. I'm sure we could have read about it. Like, what kind of game it is? It like a BioShock? Is it like an open level, or is it a linear shooter? You know,
it's probably gonna be like a BioShock where you get little weapons on the way and you do a little story and that's it. Yeah. I don't expect it to be anything more than that.
I mean, a lot of people love Prey 1. It's like a pretty big cult hit, but. Yeah.
And that was for PS2, you said, right?
I think it's on 360, actually.
360? Okay.
I
never played it.
Steam, too, actually.
So, if any of y'all played it, let me know. Let me know how it is.
But this is
what
a
you
reboot,
think about
and
it.
Apparently has nothing to do with it, but...
You know, yeah, so it's completely new.
You know...
I'm down. I mean,
I'll say...
Ratchet had a fucking reboot, and that was pretty fucking fantastic.
I'll say this. When Prey gets another trailer, I'll pay attention. But that doesn't mean that I'm even remotely interested in it.
I didn't know you played Prey, Nick. Okay, cool. My Nick played Prey. Nick X. He says pretty good.
Next up, they showed Zelda Breath of the Wild. Yeah. They showed 2 trailers. The first one was like a 1 minute. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, it is really messed up setting.
The second one was 5 minute let's play type thing where Bill Trennan and one of the Treehouse guys sat down and played a game.
Yeah.
What do you think of that style? And what do you think of like the gameplay you saw?
It's weird because you said it right. Like, it's all staged. You know, like they're gonna show you what they need to show you because that's what they're fucking there for. But at the same time, you're right. Like, one dude, the first guy I played,
Bill Trennan,
old man. Yeah, he kind of sucked. So it's kind of funny to watch him like, you know, navigate a little shit like kind of fucked up, and then he ended up dying. And so it showed a little bit of stuff, and like it was kind of funny. But at the same time, like I don't really like seeing people suck at a game at the same time. But also, seeing someone do the most optimal thing in a game on a trailer may misconstrue everything to where like maybe that's the only way to do that instead of that's the best way to do it. I kind of like it
because like it kind of at first like I didn't like it because they did a similar thing with Sea of Thieves and it was like really fucked up, but like not fucked up. It was just weird, but I kind of liked it too. But this was like I thought it was gonna be bullshitty, but it kind of seemed like they really just sat on a couch and gave Bill Trennan the fucking controller and was like, "Hey, go for it." And
before they give it to the guy that was good at it,
and they just played it kind of like shit, to be honest.
Yeah.
And like I remember the guy, he said something very specific. The Treehouse guy, when he was playing, he was like, "Don't pick up the 2-handed claymore. They kind of suck." You will never hear that shit in a trailer. They worked hard on those fucking claymores. How dare you say they sucked? But this guy thinks
other dude picks it up and he fucking goes ham with it. But
this guy thinks they suck, and that is incredible to me. Like that's them talking like a normal fucking gamer would talk. Yeah. Like, don't get that shit. That shit sucks. Some people might love it. You know, some people might like the 2-handed swords, but he said no, and like that was good to me.
And so other dude picks it up. And he's like, okay, we were kind of going a weird way, taking a long time to get there. So he just starts scaling shit, which is cool to me. Yeah. He just hops on a fucking wall and just fucking starts scaling it. He could stealth kill some things and pick up the weapons, and it shows the weapon system a little bit. You know, his fucking sword broke in one fight, so he picked up a spear, started stabbing a dude, threw it in its fucking face, and offed it. Pretty magical. He was using some bombs and stuff. It's really cool. And he missed them fucking bombs.
That was the best thing. He tried to throw the bombs and missed.
Let me show off the bombs. Oh, okay. One more time. Okay, you know what? I got to handle business.
And to me, that's like...
And it's great.
That's good because it's like the trailer like doesn't align. Like it's always fake because like they're showing off everything perfectly. Like this was a person playing. Yeah. Shit didn't go as well as he thought, and they just sort of went with it. Yeah. And like... So,
in the end, he pulled out that fucking great sword and he fucking
beat his ass.
Beat that thing's ass. It's pretty cool.
And I don't think the area they showed was necessarily like super interesting.
I just like the idea of Link using the great sword. By the way, it's the claymore, like
the spear.
The spear's cool too. I like big ass swords, man. Cool? It's just fucking cool.
Okay, so they used the bow, and I don't know if you saw it. There was a point where an enemy was so far away, he had to aim like way above him.
He adjusted.
He had to arc,
and he hit that motherfucker. I was like, that was impressive.
I loved the whole time because Bill Trennan was like, okay, you only have 2 more arrows, and he shot like perfectly, and it was like, oh,
it's like, oh, well, okay.
I was like cheering in my heart a little bit.
He used the little thing. It's like the leaf in Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Like the little capey thingy. So he jumps off and uses that, and then sneaks up on a guy from behind, whoops his ass. I was like, oh man, it looks fun. Like exploring looks fun. There's like a little different paths you can do. It looks like, and the combat looks fun.
Yeah.
Like the combat looks fun in a fucking Zelda game. That's crazy to me. Like, you know, most of them are just like simple, and
I think a lot of that has to do with the weapons because you have to be on your fucking toes for it.
You know, and there's different styles and like approaches and things like that. There's a lot of things you can do other than like best strategy or like just simply like you're just. It seems like you'll pay attention to what you're doing more in combat as opposed to like you're just doing it off of like weird muscle memory. You're just playing the game.
Would you
the only thing you're thinking of is puzzles?
Would you say at this point, and they've already shown trailers with puzzles, so like those are still there. Would you say that at this point there's like the question is about Zelda is Wii U or Switch, and that's all it is. Fucking do I buy it for the Wii U I already own, or do I is it the game that makes me upgrade? And that's really all it comes down to.
I'm just gonna get it for the Switch.
You know what?
When it when it's right.
You know what gets me sketchy about that is I saw that frame rate drop in the trailer for the Switch. So, we'll see how it runs on the Switch.
It better be good.
Obviously, it'll look better on the Wii U.
Think so?
Of course, because it's a 1080p screen, and like the Switch is 720.
Well, it'll be fine on the TV. That's what I mean. I'm not gonna play it on the little screen.
It'll be 720 on the TV. That's all it outputs.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we went over.
Yeah, we went over this last week.
Why the fuck aren't they doing 1080?
Because then the battery would die too quickly, man.
Yeah, but have it downscale.
Because it's only a portable system that connects to a TV.
God fucking damn it, Nintendo.
So like, I want to wait for the Switch. I want to see, I buy it?
Forgetting about that. All right. Well, besides it looking really cool, and you continuously make me sad about the Switch, the next thing to be very excited about is Spectre Knight.
The Shovel Knight
expansion.
Yeah. Free,
because they've been kickstarted, and
they said, hey, we're gonna put out all these campaigns with the bosses, and this isn't even the last one.
And like it's taken a while, but like because they're carefully putting effort,
they could have just fucking put the boss characters in the same levels as Shovel Knight.
Yeah,
called it a day.
Which Plague Knight basically kind of did, but at the same time, like it was different. There was little sections that were different, and he plays completely different.
You know what I expected? I expected them to put Plague Knight in and give him a shovel. It's just like a palette swap. I'm for real. Like that's what I expected. But they fucking made the character. You know,
and it has his own story in it.
His own like design.
Plague Knight's story is actually better than Shovel Knight's.
And I love Shovel
Knights. It's amazing.
And Spectre Knight is supposed to be a prequel.
Yeah, and the stages all look different. They're all the same theme, like you said before.
They're designed around all these little things he has.
Yeah.
Which is super cool. I still haven't played Plague Knight, but I need to get back on it. That's for sure.
Like, that game is easily worth the fucking price it is. The full price of it, which is like, what, $15, I think.
Yeah.
It is fucking went above and fucking beyond. Made promises, kept fucking promises. It's a great game.
I bought the amiibo for it. I cared that much.
Yeah, like I kind of want the amiibo. I just wish fucking Nintendo would let me.
It's the only amiibo I own. So, let's Halo Wars 2.
This isn't gonna be long.
And we're done.
All right. So no one really asked for it. People that were cool about it, that like it, I'm pretty sure they're happy.
It's okay to be a loser.
But Bloodstained should be soon. Yeah, man. That should be fucking...
I'm pretty sure Bloodstained got pushed back 2018.
You think so? 2018?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did.
Where'd you see that?
News a while back. He said to make it fucking the way he wants to. He needs more time.
That's fine.
Yeah, go for it.
I trust him.
I don't.
I fucking trust him a lot more than I fucking trust Mighty Number 9, bitch.
You're right. But because Mighty Number 9, bitch, failed us. That doesn't mean that he won't fail us too.
You remember, because you've said this many times. Like, what did that dude really do for fucking Mega Man?
You're right. Nothing.
He wasn't shit.
He was the producer later on in the series, yeah.
Yeah, and that's just producer.
I'm just saying.
And he couldn't even fucking produce the game right, let alone he didn't know what the fuck he wanted developed or anything. Iga has had fucking hands on a game-defining fucking genre.
Well, I have my hands on his fucking leash, and it's a short one.
Jesus.
So he better fucking keep his shit in line. I don't want this to be fucked up. I don't want every Kickstarter to come out to be fucked up. So he's our fucking savior for now.
I mean, Shovel Knight's been a pretty great savior.
There's a couple other games that can't fuck up. You cannot fuck up or
Ukulele. If you fuck up Ukulele, that's a big thing.
Psychonauts 2. If you fuck up.
2. Shenmue 3.
If you fuck up.
Like, those are our fucking
big ones right now.
Big ones,
I think we're missing a few, but like, those are big. And please don't fuck up.
Sorry about on the YouTube side of things, if it's fucking being a little wonky.
What's wrong with it?
It's going red every now and then.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing I can do about that. I've already lowered a lot of stuff. Even after it did that at the very beginning. I think it's just some weird server shit.
Did someone let us know that we're cutting out?
Nick said lost us for a second.
Ah, okay.
Twitch side's still going strong.
Twitch is just fucking stealing the bandwidth.
Twitch may have a fucking, and none of them are playing either. So
yeah,
making sure to do good. Twitch may have a shitty little font thing, as you see in the picture, but
we're too hard on ourselves. It looks fine.
This is fucking good. No, I mean, there's nothing we can do about that. This is how it's gonna look.
Next up, Walking Dead, New Frontier. It showed a whole new cast of characters, except for one returning, whose name I don't fucking remember. This Nick 1. Who the fuck is that character? Who's the girl? Clementine. Of course. I remembered. So Clementine returns, and that was the only returning character in the trailer. And she looks she's a little bit older, and she talks like she's been through fucking war, which she has. So she's there, and she's actually like leading this adult man through fucking life now that he's having to experience zombies and shit. And she's like, just come on, I got you, don't worry.
It's kind of crazy because it's completely opposite when she was younger, in the first game.
Both episodes of the first 2 episodes released in December. Both of them.
Nice.
So we'll see. Go ahead and release the rest of them, and I'll buy it.
Yep.
Mass Effect Andromeda.
So I saw all of that. I don't think you did, right?
No,
you saw a little bit.
I watched a little bit of it. It looked like Mass Effect.
You haven't really been
big on Mass Effect.
I'm not the biggest Mass Effect fan. I played a lot of the multiplayer for 3, and I played a little bit of each one, and I like them. They're cool. This one looks great. Everything Mass Effect about it. You got your little cover shooting. Each class looks like it's kind of in there by showing off the little skills, and there's like little new skills that come off, like a guy shooting fire from his hand, laying down a shield. There's like little sentry stuff, which I think was in the older ones too. And there's a lot of cool like little things about it. They brought back the fucking Doom buggy, and at first I was wary about it because I was like, well, that was fun on like the moon-like place once. After that, you just like, God, kill me.
So we'll see on this new one.
Now it looks like the world's kind of crazy and big and open, and there's even like life on these like planets of like wildlife.
Like No Man's Sky?
Like No Man's Sky. but you can fucking shoot them and kill all the wildlife.
You can kill the wildlife in No Man's.
You know what? Let's no man wants to talk about that game.
So Mass Effect Andromeda, it looks stacks cool. Up pretty well.
Yeah, it.
Which they have to like.
I think they've shown enough to where like it's what they needed to show. They needed to show the combat, which is a big thing. They showed a little bit of the dialogue, which looked like it was still. They were trying to push it out just for this, so they didn't put like the most effort into it. It's understandable.
I think
it's not what they wanted to really.
I think it's critical that they don't focus on the story and dialogue. They focus on the franchise that is Mass Effect. Because if you start focusing on the dialogue too much, people are going to remember that, oh yeah, you fucked us over with Mass Effect 3's ending.
Yeah.
And they're going to get upset about it.
There was a lot of people who were upset about it.
Yeah.
There's people out there too that were just like, it really wasn't that big of a deal. The only thing is like, I think the biggest thing, they always say like stuff changes over the games. You don't fucking believe that shit anymore.
I would be one of those people that didn't care as well. But at the same time, like I get like, people who invest like into their choices, and they keep saying the choices are gonna matter
in the end,
and they don't.
They don't ever fucking matter. But not even in Telltale games, really.
But they do matter.
They do
on like as you play
in the journey. But the destination is gonna be the fucking same.
And it'll be because it'll be so hard to tell a good narrative if you have to change the ending based on everything. But I will say, like the point where you get to the end and it allows you to make a choice for good or evil. Just cut that out. If I was evil the whole time, give me a fucking evil ending. That's the way I feel about it. Quit like babying me.
Like the biggest thing I think was the fact that they had to add to the ending at the end, where they showed Shepard may not be dead, kind of thing. That should have been in the original game. That was a big fuck up. But
I don't think they wanted it to exist.
Yeah,
they did it to fucking.
They wanted to leave it open ended, but at the same time, he probably was fucking dead. It's a big fucking explosion. That man lived through a lot of stuff, so brought back from the fucking dead. But yeah, this one's set way into the future. Possibly fucking far as fuck away. And the big thing on that is it shows Garrus's race. I don't remember what the fuck they're called. Nick.
Garrus.
Nick X, you remember.
Garrus Horse.
There was a female of it, and he pointed that out, and I was like, oh yeah, you're fucking right. because I don't think there's been a female one of those. Like there was some story about it why there wasn't or some shit. But that was kind of cool to see. Possibly like more stuff added, like more races and stuff like that. It's not just the same shit. So hopefully they do good. Hopefully they let me be something other than Turian. There we go. That's like my favorite fucking race. Let me play as a fucking Turian. Don't make me be a fucking human in the campaign.
Oh, they're gonna make you be a human.
They probably are, but I want to be a fucking Turian.
I want to be an alien.
Like I do. I think they're cool, man.
Give me a side story.
You know, let me be a Turian that fucks a human instead of the other way around. How about that?
Hold on.
I'm sorry. All right, next game.
Hold on. Zach, do you have a fucking Turian fetish?
No, I have a human fetish.
I want to be a Turian.
I just want to be the Turian.
I want to be a Turian and fuck your bitch. What the hell's wrong with you?
I'm sorry.
All right.
Lawbreakers.
Last fucking game we're going to talk about. Lawbreakers. Looks like a hero shooter, maybe just a regular shooter. Yeah. But the point is, it looks cool.
Yeah, it's made by the Unreal.
Well, it's people, not. Oh,
right?
Well.
Unreal Tournament.
It's made by Cliffy B, who made an Unreal Tournament. And he used to run Epic Games. Yeah. Make Gears of War original.
He's not like Unreal Championship and all that.
No, he made all that.
Oh, okay.
That was when he was still part of the company.
Oh.
But he left after Gears 2 was made. And he hasn't made games in forever. And then he's such kind of like a little bitch. I don't fucking like him. He was all about like the anti-piracy measures that Microsoft was trying to implement. He's kind of not a good dude for us. He's anti-consumer.
So
which is why he's making an online-only shooter game.
He's pro DRM.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And he was. But anyway, getting back to the game, so he's making this new game with a totally new team. So he's there. But no one else who made the games are with him.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So who knows how the fuck this is going to turn out.
But it looked like he implemented these little...
It looks like Unreal to me. Like how fucking fast it is.
But it's different.
There's some gibby shit, man. There's people exploding into little fucking bloody messes and shit. Just like Unreal.
There was like these big gravity spheres. That's like the big gimmick of the game is like these gravity spheres that you can like attach to and kind of like sling around really fast and like... People were going like 1,000 miles per hour. It was so fucking fast.
Looks like a weird version of Tribes, how they use skiing to like pick up speed and like accelerate. But this can use like the whole gravity gimmick. So
it looked like
we'll see. Like maybe
small maps too, which is like intensifies how fucking crazy.
I'm ready to watch some pros play this fucking shit because there's some Quake pros out there that are fast as fuck. You know, back in the day.
Yeah. I want to see if it takes off. I think it's actually gonna only be on PC.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because you talked about it in PC terms, which if you're representing your game, you don't do that usually. Yeah. But he was like mouse 1 and mouse 2. And he tried to oversell his game a little bit by like giving you more information than you could understand. Yeah. And threw in a bunch of regular information too. You shoot with mouse 1, you shoot with mouse 2. And it's like, okay, I know how to shoot. Like, thanks.
Duh.
Talk about the gravity shit some more.
Yeah.
But
it looks kind of neat.
Looks kind of neat, and I'll be on the lookout for it.
I probably won't get it.
No, of course not. But
you know.
But who knows if someone fucking buys it that cool. You know and starts talking you into it? It only takes
a matter of fucking time. All right.
It's late as fuck.
Yeah.
Usually podcasts don't go on this long.
Went on for a little long.
But we had a lot of shit to talk about today. A lot of shit to talk about. Any final thoughts, Zach? What are you looking forward to, man?
Me,
just in general.
I'm still looking forward to Breath of the Wild.
I'm looking forward to fucking Last Guardian next week. To me, that's like
and Tekken 7.
Oh, that's right. Tekken 7's still coming out.
That shit's been out for so long,
but
in Japan.
Out here.
It's like years, man.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy how long it's been out.
You know they got to push all the characters out.
You know, but it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm down to play it.
But I think that's all the time we have for this podcast. Had a good time.
Yeah. Hope y'all like our new little layout. John put a lot of effort into it.
Yeah, it looks cute. It looks nice.
I think it looks great. You did a great job with it.
Super cute. Max adorbs.
Yeah, dude. Cha.
But if you're on Twitch and you like what we're doing, you can go ahead and give us a follow. If you're on YouTube, you can subscribe to us. You get updates whenever we are going to be streaming. You'll see it on your subscriber feed. You also leave a like, that helps a lot. Leave comments, that helps a lot. You know, do that business. If you're watching the archive and you missed it, we do podcasts every Friday at 8 Central Standard Time.
Yeah, we do regular streams on Wednesday.
We do regular streams, the Hump and Bump every Wednesday at 8 Central as well.
Average 2 hours.
And we have a million videos on YouTube. And if you're watching the archive, there'll be some videos at the end you can watch.
Yeah. So we got links below the Twitch if you want to figure out where our YouTube channel is and every other social media aspect we got.
Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram.
All right, so hope you all enjoyed the podcast.
Be sure to grab Shiny in your day.
See you later.
Peace.